Maybe that's an idea.
Last week's episode, we left off. So, after coming up victorious against the undead dragon and the reanimated dragonborn veterans, you looked around to see no one there. There was no applause for you. All the lords and onlookers seemed to have vanished, and your armlets that had transported you to this weird kind of in between place on the same plane but in a different time seemed to be dull and no longer holding any energy. Luckily, or unluckily, depending on how you look at it, a group of assassins had tracked down Duchess and had also appeared here, bringing their own armlets that still seem to be functioning. And after murdering all of them, you now, once again, have functioning armlets to hopefully teleport you back out of this weird plane you found yourself in. But so far, everyone is okay. You did manage to get the name of the guy leading this kind of conglomerate of two companies, and that was Arcturus, who
He ran away, didn't he?
he ran away once he kind of saw shit going south. He was like, I'll come back later. So he's gone. One is fed to the bag, and the other six, I think, are laying dead. And people have just kind of been going around in a combination of unclasping the armlet and just cutting off the forearm. But regardless of how you go about it, you have gathered enough armlets to replace your no longer functioning ones with functioning ones. And I suppose that is where we'll pick up today.
So, all in favor of hunting down Lord Bastion for this bullshit, raise your hand.
Done,
And I
Ben.
raise mine.
Some page.
I'm fine with that.
I would be fine with this, except we also have to keep a low profile as per orders.
How much longer is it until that whole thing is?
You're about like exactly 2 weeks out at this point. Like this happened at like the end of the week, and so
So Marcus is very close.
Marcus is probably a couple days away. Yeah.
Okay. So we have a couple of days to hunt down Lord Bastion, or we could take this to Marcus and Shade and have them help us.
And Alar's gonna pipe
Bimmer
up.
said, we can't. We do have direct orders from Shade not to cause too much of a stir, so we do need to take
No,
any plans for retribution back to them.
there is something to be said for not taking revenge off the table, but understanding that things might need to happen in a certain way.
Oh yes, I forgot. You got
Sir,
caught.
do you know something we don't?
Potentially. So, when I was recruited to this little fun little tryout that you all found yourselves in as well, I had asked myself why they would come to me and exclude Xandar, who, by all accounts, probably performed much better than I did in the first round of the tournament, where we were both knocked out. So, the fact that it turned into kind of this weird, convoluted double cross makes me think that it is someone confident enough to take a swing at a powerful house, but not quite confident in taking a swing at Xandar's house.
Then the question is, where will these bracelets bring us to? Because if it's from a rival house that has taken them from Lord Bastion, would it take us back to where...
Now, that is from my understanding, that is a good thing to be cautious about, because when we activate these, it will transport us back to wherever the unfortunate bearers of these armlets were when they were teleported here.
Oh,
Whether that is,
fuck.
we probably don't have much of a choice, right? Just either stay stuck in time or take our chances with where they were. I would say
Chances are they are not in a good spot because that would just put us right back in the den of the belly of the beast where I don't need to be.
None of us need to be there in our current condition. We need to rest
Yeah.
before we do anything.
Can I see if I can? I don't think I have anything to dispose of these bodies.
I mean, we do have a thing to dispose of the bodies, but
Jesus Christ.
I mean,
I was more
She's
so
not wrong.
thinking.
yeah,
Oh.
you really can't lob it over the plate like that.
Thinking of like, yeah, I guess that'll work.
No one's gonna find them. You know,
I
Not
mean-
an ethical sense of.
oh, what's that?
What, ethical sense?
I mean, look,
We don't have that.
Phil, I would assume that Duchess has an idea of what the normal funeral rites for these people would be.
I think
I don't
you
care about that.
would,
Chuck 'em in
right?
the bag.
I should.
Yeah,
Feed them to the void.
you were very young, but you probably attended one or two of. They probably would have gotten like a warrior's funeral, or you would have just been told by people who like, obviously your family had guardsmen.
Yeah.
So you probably know what kind of goes into the funerals of people who fall in combat or in service of the families, kind of thing.
Okay. Good to know. Let's just say we don't have the supplies to give them the stuff that they would want or need for a true funeral on their end of things, because it involves a couple of different trees that don't exist here. But, I really hate them, and they tried to kill us, so can I just... We
Talking
have
about
a
the
way...
assassins. I was talking about the ones that we killed that were from the past.
Oh,
Oh, never mind,
the
never mind.
dragons
Go ahead.
and the dragonborn, they just fully burst into dust when you killed them. There's like
Yeah.
nothing. There's probably
That's a
like
problem solved.
some remnants of the armor of the veterans, but as far as like things to bury, it's just dust. The only corpses are the bad corpses, I should say.
Yeah, I'll just look at them and kick them each in the head. There you go. Let's go.
Cool. And I'll feed the rest of them to the bag. As long as we've looted everything we need off of them, I'm gonna feed them to the bag.
Did we?
Did we loot everything we need off of them?
Yeah, did we do that?
I don't think so.
I don't think we looted them.
I would like to. Well, I assume we would all like to loot them.
Yeah. I would say, as far as like weaponry goes, nothing super special.
Did they still have the poison?
I'd say probably each of them have like a couple backup vials of poison. And I will come up with a number of gold for you to also loot. But I'd say of valuable things, you could probably find some poison and some gold. And I'll add
take
that to
the-
like shared treasure sometime
Yeah.
between next week for people to claim.
I would probably take some of the poison.
Yeah, so there were, let's do 8 of them. Yeah, we'll figure it out. But yeah, they probably would have had poison on them, just in case they had to dip more crossbow bolts in it. But probably nothing like clues, but you don't really need that at this point in time. Dutch just kind of knows.
Just to double check, I know you've probably explained this in great detail. Are we in like... I know we're in the past. Are we in like a pocket dimension-y type past thing?
Yeah, so basically, because Luraz has cast like
Five.
either identify or detect magic. I think identify because it gave him a little bit extra
He
information.
used identify to
Yeah, to
identify
determine what
this
spell was in it. Yeah,
I think it was
Okay.
he used detect magic when we first got them.
yeah. So it is basically what is in the armlets is a plane shift spell, but it's been modified. And so, like theoretically, if this were a point in time where people were still in this fort, you would just appear here in the past where these people are. And so, granted, I guess a lot of thought goes into these little tryouts because there's picking time periods where they know places are abandoned and
Yeah.
kind of planning it out. Good on them, I guess. But
So they would. What you're saying is they have accurate history knowledge.
theoretically, or they send like one person back who's sneaky to kind of
Cal.
just kind of keeps testing out
What a fun.
the armlet before calibrating it, kind of thing.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, it was mostly just wondering if we are limited to this very specific area and are not allowed to wander around the rest of the pass.
Theoretically, you would not be limited in that way. I would
Okay.
recommend against it, not as a DM, but just as I am telling you, I do not know how to handle it if you actually ran into someone in the past.
I could stop my death, Philip.
You're so much further back than that. You'd be stopping.
okay.
You'd be stopping like your great great grandfather from having sex. That's how you'd stop your death, by stopping your birth.
Hey, I'm dead,
Yeah.
and I don't age. I can just wait. Oh no, that gets paradoxy.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
where I don't remember who told you. I think it might have been Bastion when he was giving his whole spiel about this thing, but it was probably like a few decades after the War of Liberation, like before they had kind of built up the fort again as just to kind of have, and they just kind of left it abandoned, and so it was just kind of out of use. So you're looking at like over 400 years in the past is where you guys currently are.
My pizza's gonna be here in a second.
400 years ago in the past?
Yeah, because
Pizza at that time zone?
despite not accomplishing much this week, I did finally determine how old the kingdom is, and it's about to celebrate
Yay.
its 500th birthday, which is why it's a big party that's happening. So,
Hey, with assassins.
with assassins, you have to pay extra for that normally. But yeah, I
thought it was free. They would probably get in free, but
yeah, there's gonna be like it's gonna be one of those things where there's different areas of the party, right? Like, there's probably an actual list for people who would be inside the palace itself.
yeah.
Probably a less restrictive list for the people in the courtyard, and then like probably the whole 6th level is just like going to be turned into a general party area for like the entire public if they want to be there, kind of thing. So
Love parties.
I also love parties, and I have the map, but I need to make the insides because realistically, where you guys will either be getting invites or sneaking into will be the inside of the party, and I have the courtyard made. I don't have the insides of the palace. And
Yeah, I would like to be invited into the party.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen for me very often, but this specific time,
I-
I want to be invited to a
I know I
party.
normally ask if people want to do a little time skip, but I will say at this point, you're not allowed. You're not allowed.
We're not allowed to time skip in the past.
I need you guys
let me
to
skip,
actually
like,
do day by
400
day.
years.
Yeah, you can skip 400 years. You just can't go back to the present time and be like, we just kind of want to lay low for a week and a half. Is the party happening yet? Because I don't have the maps for you. So don't even ask.
Actually, if I wanted to switch characters, this would actually be a relatively good way of doing it, because Sungshen going off and just waiting to be able to, like, solve her problems, cause a paradox, would be a good excuse to wander away.
Yeah. It is.
I'm not saying I'm gonna do that, but that would have been a...
It's kind of funny because I've already established things about, I guess, time travel that I'm not ready to back up with science? That's the wrong word. But,
Magic?
like,
It's magic. It's magic.
the gods themselves are apparently timeless, and they are able to detect that you are now in this time, but still interact with you based off of who they knew you to be in the present time. So
And that makes sense.
I've already fucked up the timey-wimey bullshit of my universe.
I mean, I feel like if you're
And
an
God would
omniscient
be able
god
to
and
do
you are
that.
fully timeless,
Yeah.
Yeah.
being able to interact with somebody
It,
as them at a specific time, no matter where in time that person is.
it
that
is
does
nice
make
that, like,
No,
theoretically they picked a relatively nothing's happening time period. Because could you imagine, like, if you guys went back in time when, like, the gods were, like, actively fighting against each other, and then they're
Yeah.
like, oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Like, a couple of my disciples are just here now. I got
what-
new soldiers.
This is awkward.
pick up your sword.
Alright. Just gonna do a quick teleport spell? Alright, here.
Well, this is awkward.
There are some
This is awkward.
skeletons storming the palace. I need you guys to man this gap in the defenses.
And who would be teleporting?
Yeah. I will say I was this close to interacting with Fenrir with his other deity as well. Once he
Which
lost
one? Oh, the other one?
once you lost your get fucked powers, I thought, like, this could be a nice time to be like healing spirit just like drops on Fenrir as like a godly boon. But you guys did good all on your own. You didn't need help from a god. You just needed
Very
to
true.
believe in yourself and the fact that most of the time I roll like shit. Or
And
I'm
I-
wasting all of my good rolls on someone who's raging and resistant to poison.
And you gave Fenrir 3 smites because angry god.
I did like that. I don't apologize for that.
Oh, that was fun.
It was very helpful.
It's not often that Fenrir gets to go ham, and for that, I'm thankful.
I'm going ham on an undead dragon, which ran away from me.
It might be a zombie, but it still is self-preservation.
We had a
Instincts.
similar one of those in my first campaign. We had a undead like dragon, and our paladin still talks about the fight to this day. But like, fair, he did roll fucking good in that fight.
Wish some of my rolls was a little bit better, but hey. Dice
You
gods
still
giveth,
smooted
dice-
everything.
I don't think I
everything got
smooted
smoothed.
I think I smooted majority. I didn't smoot all.
I choose to remember that you smoted everything. So, I will give you extra credit.
Smite, smote, has smoot.
I should run a campaign because it'll just be, I don't remember what happened last time. Fuck it. It was great. Don't worry about it.
You all survived.
You did it. Success. It would have to be a Feywild campaign though, and then I could just bullshit everything.
Now time in
Yeah.
Feywild.
Oof.
Oof.
That always gets
Love
tricky.
Feywild.
Now, Alar is going to turn to the rest of you and be like, now, I do think that whatever we decide to do, we should decide to do it together. Because either we're going to be okay and over-prepared, or if shit is still hitting the fan, we will all be grouped up and able to hopefully act as a unit.
Play. Although, yeah, okay.
You want to hold hands about it?
To be fair, we probably should all hold hands while we do this, just to make
Just
sure that
in
we
case,
stay
yeah.
together.
And
I
I
apologize that I now have creepy hands.
I have one more 4th level spell slot, and so as you guys clasp hands, Alar is going to look at you, Duchess, and be like, I honestly don't know how this whole time travel bullshit's going to affect things, but if you're the one they're after, might as well not show you to them, right? And he's going to recast Greater Invisibility on you. And so
Alright, what did I miss?
Thanks.
We're holding hands.
we're holding
Holding
hands, and we're teleporting back to the now times.
We're
Yep.
fucking
Yep.
what?
We're teleporting back to the now times. I felt like
We're teleporting back to the future, which is our present.
we're going back to the future. Pat and Pat.
Yes.
Mhm.
Again.
Mhm.
Yes.
I thought that guy was gonna talk me to death.
About how you
You're-
lost
you're-
your pizza.
Dude, I'll tell you what.
So,
Was he?
as you all complete your little teleportation back to the present day, you find yourself in kind of this small, unlit, home.
Small,
Does
unlit
anybody
home?
recognize this place?
Do I recognize any of this or no?
You don't. Just kind of looks like maybe a small farmhouse. Maybe they had a garden out back. Don't know. Like, not like poverty, but just like some kind of peasant living a nice little life in a just big enough home for their family kind of deal.
Is this Duchess's like childhood home?
No, because that would be burnt to the ground. We've already been there.
I think she's talking about your other childhood home, and that would be like a literal manor house. Fig.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Duchess came from the rich. When you're with the cult leaders, your house is nice.
I wouldn't know. I never got into
Yeah.
cults personally.
That's fair.
Cults or religion.
I base all of my cult
Are you sure?
creation off of the single line Creed had in the office, where you have more fun as a follower, but you make more money as a leader. So,
Yeah.
I've brought that mentality into my D&D campaign. So, Creed Braden.
And
Special
so
credit
we're
to
not anywhere that I need to be completely wary of, but we should probably still be aware of it.
Correct. Theoretically, you could still be potentially anywhere.
Yeah.
Is there a door that we can see?
Yeah,
currently?
it's just like a.
First-
You kind of teleported into like what would be, the sitting room, which in this is probably like the dining / living room, like in view of the kitchen, like that whole.
So we
like,
have already teleported. We're already
You're back to the present.
okay.
If there's
That
any
location
additional
we cannot
things
go.
you want to do, you'll have to message me, and we'll have to retcon it later. I'm already gonna have to figure out how much loot y'all looted before feeding the corpses.
Did we get a rest before we left?
No.
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 Cool. That was wise.
To be fair, kind of a risk assessment there, right? Like, you could take a rest in the past, and then hope that at the end of it, your new armlets still work. Or you can use the armlets now, and hope that wherever you're teleporting to doesn't have more enemies.
Mhm.
So, kind of shitty options either way. Take that up with your gods. But, yeah, there is a door leading to the outside. There's additional doors leading to what you can probably assume are some bedrooms. But you're basically in, like, of a nice, modest home, like the large common area that would have, like, seating and kind of small 4-person table, and then also, like, all of the kitchen stuff, like, all in the same kind of large-ish room.
Though it doesn't look like there was foul play. Like they were just let in.
Are you looking for foul play?
I would like to.
Yeah. I will
Perception.
let you investigate or perceive, whichever one you would like to do.
I think my investigation is definitely better than my perception, but I do have advantage on perception, so
I can investigate if you want.
I will help
If you-
you. I
Okay.
will give you assistance.
Thanks.
You
13.
Oh God.
I had this the other day. I was trying to do a persuasion roll, and I rolled a 2, a 2, a 3, and then a 20 for a 30. So it went fine in the end, but like Jesus Christ, it took a
I
minute.
did remember that.
And all of my luck.
That was fun.
Mm.
And you still barely got a discount.
No, it was for a different thing.
Oh.
And
Let me-
the different thing definitely worked out.
Let's see
It's
what
gonna
I
be
get.
great.
Oh, I got 2 14s. If I had done investigation, it would have been a 15.
I'm very sorry.
Okay. I mean, 13 is not super low or anything. It doesn't seem like there was foul play. Honestly, the house kind of looks unoccupied at this point. And I will say this wouldn't be investigation, but if anyone wants to do a perception check before they try to open the door to see if they can hear anything happening outside or peek through the window to see if there's any activity going on outside the house, I will allow that.
Oh, we'll leave that in better hands than mine because I have a -1.
What is
Yeah, I
Evan's
was gonna say-
perception?
Amazing, because that's what I was about to say. Was hey, maybe I should do that. I've
What
got a
is
plus.
amazing in
I've got a
numbers?
+8 to my perception.
Jesus Christ,
There you go.
okay.
Let the scout scout.
Yeah,
Out.
Technically, you're all scouts.
Yeah.
I'm good at lying and persuading.
Although some people within the army would attest that maybe
I'll disagree.
that maybe 2 of you belong in the bruisers instead, and maybe a couple of you in the mage corps.
24 deception or 24 perception.
I was gonna say,
Okay.
I've been reminded
Lie
repeatedly
to the
that
house.
I do not belong here.
I would say so. With a 24, you don't really see anything outside. It kind of looks like it's at this point nighttime, and everything just kind of seems. But there's like no lights, and you're able to see like 3 or 4 more kind of close to you houses, and you don't really see lights on anywhere, so either everyone is asleep or just the whole town is not active. But you do hear what kind of sounds like the faint scrapes of someone using a shovel.
I relay that back to the group. With what direction do I hear the shovel in?
I would say if you're facing the door, probably pretty close to straight forward and a little bit to the right.
And are there bushes, or am I thinking it's behind a house somewhere?
It doesn't look like there's any like actual foliage like in your way. If anything, they're just like it's dark, and then the house directly in front of you itself is probably casting a shadow over where whoever that is probably digging.
Okay. Do the trees look like any trees that I would recognize from home? Not Holt home, home. Like Faraday. Like what kind of trees am I looking at here? Like
I don't think I'm going to bring it up because I don't want to actually switch to the map yet. But I don't think there are that actual many trees.
what about landscape wise?
But it's mostly
are
like
there mountains?
it's mostly flat. Let me see if there are actual like anything that would be distinctive. Yeah, there's some. Looks like maybe some evergreen trees, kind kind of surrounding the houses, but it's not so thick that you'd call it like a forest settlement, right? Like maybe at one point the trees were thicker, but instead of just like building at like as little as possible, they like cleared out a bunch of it to make like this kind of flat kind of.
I have a very out there question.
I'll allow it.
Because we stole it off the people who are looking for me and that kind of thing, just because we're situated on my character stuff right now. Would it be possible that the person digging across the way is Conifer and this is where they ambushed the group?
Let's do. Okay, you rolled pretty high on your perception, so let's do an insight check on Duchess, because you're not missing anything. You're seeing what you're seeing. So it's basically we're going to
Right.
figure out how you're going to interpret this. Interpret? I always forget that second
You said insight?
Yeah, let's see how Duchess is feeling.
Well, okay. 23?
I would say Duchess is pretty confident that even if this were like a settlement in Cyanidel, the Wood Elf Kingdom, where an ambush would happen would not be within these like town boundaries. That's not the right word. City limits is what I'm trying to say, but in a fantasy way. Fantasy city limits is not where Khan would be. Like they're in the woods. Like so.
Okay.
You can be pretty confident that even if you are in the Wood Elf Kingdom, you can be pretty confident that who you hear digging is probably not Khan digging graves for like his fallen comrades.
Making sure, because I have seen that kind of idea go down a couple of different times in different places, and I was like, might as well check, because we're sitting here on this character arc right now.
Always worth a check.
Yeah. Don't know if you don't ask. Alright. So I go back to the group and I'm like, so are we going to try and stealth out of here? Or do we want to go see who the fuck is digging and ask some questions?
I mean, I'm
I
of the
Would very much
opinion
like to get out of here.
a little bit of both could maybe be a good strategy.
Yeah.
Any information we can garner is probably good information, but also if we can make the introductions on our own terms rather than theirs, that could also be a good thing. Just, to be safe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
I'll be using past him.
if you all want to stealth out of the house, that is more than acceptable. And we will...
I am right now invisible, so I'm going to go with whatever the group decides, and I'm just going to stay silent. Because nobody needs to know that I'm here until we know exactly where we are.
Did you cast greater invisibility on her or just invisibility?
Greater again.
He did greater again. Yeah.
Do we have a pass without a trace available?
Yes.
That would be sick.
Yeah, that would be super useful. I am not particularly stealthy.
I
Neither
will
is
cast
Blinky
Pass
either.
without a trace.
Let's
Okay.
Plus 10. So you got a dirty 20.
I got a dirty 20. It's just I'm used to having plus like 14 to my stealth.
Gordon got a
Wait, is
29.
Oh, what? 30. 40? I think?
You should have like a plus 14 in my
Was it
stealth.
13?
I rolled a 19, guys, so I think if I'm calculating it right, I have a 40 to stealth.
I
Whoa.
feel like this is the stealthiest Finner has
Where
ever
is
been.
he?
I rolled a 18
There's-
and a 17. And that's
Nice.
a plus 3 to his stealth. With disadvantage. Plus the plus
that's pretty good.
10 from Pass Without a Trace. So that's a 30.
Did I roll? No. Did I roll the worst or did Songshin roll the worst?
I think Song should
I
probably
think
roll.
Songshin rolled the worst,
Suck it,
but
Songshin.
with Path Without Trace is still a 30-20.
This
Yeah.
isn't a
Mhm.
competition. I am not competing with you.
It super
if
is though.
If we're being honest, it's a competition between us four and Duchess is out of the running because she will always win.
She doesn't
Yeah,
count.
she-
She doesn't
she
count.
doesn't
We're all
count.
playing for a second. Speaking of which, what did Larazis roll?
Oh yeah.
I'll,
He
I'll
doesn't have
roll
to
for
submit.
Larazis. Let's do.
Oh, I was gonna roll.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, I could do
I
it
was gonna
too.
say I could roll
He has
too.
a +4 to stealth. So he got an 11, which becomes
Oh,
a
21.
21. So,
He would have. He
Oh,
would have
what a fool.
gotten a way better roll if I had rolled for him.
well, you didn't roll for him, Nappa. I did.
I did.
And he's barely
did.
better than the dead girl.
Hey, wait, hey, whoa.
I said barely. I actually don't know
Why is
which.
he trying to fucking one up me?
Fucking roasted.
Boom,
I
roasted.
didn't even do anything. Oh, I'm gonna kick you so much. For fuck's sake. I
I
went
didn't-
platform boot.
I'm so excited. I'm not scared of you, woman.
And I will
I
say,
didn't think you were. I'm very tiny.
even the map itself would make it maybe seem like it's daylight outside. Just use your imagination, and it's
So
It is
dark.
night, it is 6 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, can I admit something? Those
Please do.
those graves at the top, I fully thought those were open graves before I zoomed in.
Huh.
Well, that's fucked up. Why would you say that? Why would you even think that? What's
Why,
wrong with
why
you?
would you even
They
look
look
at
like
the
open
rest of the
graves
map
because-
like I know where things
And they
are?
do.
He's like, there are graves.
I was like, oh shit, there's a cemetery in here? Damn.
Yeah, there's a cemetery,
Alright.
a chessboard
There's a-
right there.
There's
You mean
a
to tell me
bed
there's a
of
cemetery on
fans
the map I
on the,
made?
I
right.
should maybe readjust where I'm putting some things, but that's okay.
You're doing great, buddy.
There's like
Thanks.
the chessboard right there.
Yeah.
Who's playing chess outside?
Is someone playing chess? Look at
Yeah,
that.
Are we at,
He's
some
already
elven?
moved,
Are we at
too.
some elven summer camp right now?
It kind of looks like that.
Boy Scout, Girl Scout summer camp, yeah.
Yeah,
With a
someone has
cemetery?
already made moves.
Honestly,
on-
the only thing I pegged from this when I obviously didn't create it myself, downloaded off of the Steam Workshop from Dungeon Alchemist, was
It
the
looks really nice.
multiple people that had personal gardens and then just the various houses in this little small town.
I
House
should be
is
allowed to
very
draw on
tiny.
this.
But yeah, I should have looked at this more. That's okay.
But Philip, you made sure to get a map that has a garden growing fans in it on the right.
Oh god.
Potential fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just have to spray paint them.
You got to dehydrate the lettuce first so it can be nice and stiff.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to readjust where I'm telling Duchess she heard the shovel sounds coming from, which makes her perception super impressive because I put you guys in the southernmost house possible.
Yeah.
Actually,
gonna say.
we're just gonna
It's right here.
say you guys came out of here. That feels more. That way you don't have to have superhuman hearing, and instead of it
Well, I'm
being
not human, am I?
instead of having
Eh.
super elven hearing,
Humanoid.
so it is not straight across and a little bit to the right. It is like immediate to your left, which
Okay.
for those cheating at home is where the cemetery is located.
Cheating at home. How is it cheating if we can look at
You
People
mean
just-
by looking at the map?
People just looking at the
Yeah.
map, seeing what's going on with the map. Like,
I feel that. All right.
That was good to be curious.
Yeah.
Well, none of you are Tabaxi, so it's probably okay to be curious.
You know, you make that joke now, but when I tell you I threw those impact grenades, I was playing a Tabaxi.
Yeah.
Cats are like that.
Maybe if you had been a little bit more curious, those grenades wouldn't have been the thing that killed you.
Had that joke thrown at me a couple more times in my other server too.
What happened to your 9 lives before that?
Don't worry about it.
You don't want to know.
That is
Don't worry about it.
that is a mechanic I would defend in my dying breath with my DM. Is I don't know how I'd make it work. Like obviously, like nerfing yourself a little bit to give yourself 9 lives. Be like, all right, so I failed all 3 death saves, so I'm on my 2nd life. What? Yeah,
Second to last.
It is the funniest way
I'm a
to
cat.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, okay, I'd do that.
I wonder if you could just do it by making the death save DC like higher. So instead of it being above 10, you have to get like above 15 or something.
I
Because then
think-
you're more likely to die, but you have 9 lives.
I think it makes sense to make it lower, right? And then it feel like
so
you're
it's-
dying, but
Or,
like
I
it
think it would
feels
make
like you
more
have 9
sense
lives, but you really just have the 1. But
that every life you use, you raise the DC for the next time you die.
Oh, yeah, that's
there we
good.
go.
Or make it.
So
you
maybe
only
you
get
start
one
with like
chance.
if you die like the first time, it's like a DC of 5 to see if you live,
We're
because
just
it's a pretty much given.
we're
And then
just
like
at
the
this
ninth
point
time you die, it's like an 18 or something.
making
to
Puss
see
in
if you
Boots:
live.
The Last Wish 5e is what we're doing right now, and I'm a fan
I guess
of it.
so.
All
I
things
mean-
Shrek, I'm here for.
Let-
But
Let's be honest. Tabaxi, if they're a rogue swashbuckler, is just Puss in Boots.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think Zach played Swashbuckler, but he played Puss in Boots in Never After. I wonder what his subclass was. They probably showed it at the very beginning, but I don't remember.
I wouldn't know.
They didn't show anybody's subclasses.
Did they
It
not?
was- no, it was they just showed like what they were and like what reskin they were using.
I
was
know
very-
that
It was very confusing and very disorienting for me as a I want to know exactly what spells and stuff you have.
I know that Murph was a battle master for his
Yeah.
fighter because he was using.
He was using superiority die
Yeah,
and maneuvering strike and shit like
but I don't. Yeah, I don't know what barbarian Emily was. I don't. She might have been a Circle of the Moon druid because she had very few levels, but I could see her doing that so she could bonus action Wild Shape. It's not
that. She
important.
was a she was a beast something barbarian, and then she had some kind of druid, but I don't think it was
Yeah.
ever specified what druid she was.
It's pig dunking on America.
I hate Tennessee. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fig.
Like to look
Eventually, I may own a house. And I live in Georgia, which I think we can all agree is the best option of the southern states currently. Brian
That
Kemp's
is-
still a piece of
is
shit.
I wouldn't know.
But we
I'm
have
gonna-
2 blue senators, and we have Stacey Abrams, and she's going to
The-
keep making our state better. And
The best of the southern states is Florida.
you
What?
Oh,
shut.
You're high.
I am
Nope,
going
It is
to.
by far the best.
I'm going to
What?
power word kill you in real life.
Do you want to know why?
No.
No.
This is the funniest.
Because Disney World's the happiest place on earth.
I thought that was Disneyland, and
This
so
was Disney.
we have that.
I will say
No. Tokyo Disney has to be the best one, actually.
the only bright spot in Florida right now is the fact that DeSantis got so into his go woke, go broke shtick that he took on fucking Disney and is getting
I'm really enjoying that.
absolutely spanked. Like the only upside to Florida is how ineffective DeSantis is at taking on Disney, but he's still very effective at taking on all of the actual marginalized
Yes,
people.
everything else, unfortunately.
The only thing
rest of
Disneyland beats Disney World at is deaths per capita within park.
Anyways, what you missed,
Tokyo
Larazis,
Dragon going up in flames.
Wait. I know. I have a a
We
hot
got the
take.
dragon to go up the flames.
You have a
Obviously,
hot
the worst
take.
place, the worst Disney is Disneyland Paris. I've been there twice, and it's in Paris, which makes it the worst.
We can agree on that, I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm not gonna argue that.
I didn't really like Paris, but I also feel like I have to take this with a grain of salt because you yourself just kind of hate
I'm
France.
English. Yeah. Well, actually, to be fair, I do very much highly respect how they protest. Love that shit.
Yeah.
But
I find myself in the
I'll
weird
agree.
position to kind of agree with you, but also wonder if it's actually that bad or if you're just English.
Can
Oh,
I
no, it's
can I
just
take a
English, it's
perception
fine.
check or investigation check to see if this guy looks like a drow?
Yes. Absolutely.
Oh, this guy's
Oh, yeah,
cool
what
as
did
shit.
I miss?
What?
We'll do perception. You traveled back
Oh
to
shit!
the
I
present.
did investigation. My bad.
We're back in the future.
He's
That's worse.
he's not a drow.
Okay, cool.
He looks like maybe a dwarf, but very clearly not a drow.
He better be glad.
Can I make a perception check on how cool he is on a scale of 1 to 20?
Yes. Lorazos, what you missed was everyone coming back to the present. You are in what is an unfamiliar town because you looted all the still functioning armlets off of the dead hunters that were after Duchess, since yours no longer worked, and it teleported you back to where they were when they got teleported in. So you are now kind of trying to get your bearings, and Duchess heard someone digging in what is now clearly the cemetery, and you are all
I now know where I'm
stealthing
at.
to.
Based on this map, I'm in Minecraft.
It's not always Minecraft.
I
Look
almost
at the
say,
farms.
Okay. You're in the town of Salem.
Actually, it is very Ooh, that's terrifying. Actually,
Honestly,
I was
a
too zoomed out,
14
I
on a
think
scale
it
of 20 actually sounds kind of right. It might be a little low, but not by much. He's
I
he's pretty cool.
perceive that he is cool as shit. I feel
Um,
like to Sunshine, who is not cool in the slightest,
like
no,
he's
just the coolest.
he's got like a flintlock like rifle strapped to his shoulder. He's smoking a pipe as he's just like digging in the soil with a shovel.
I love him. Can we adopt him? If he has a fun accent, I'll
You'll
adopt him.
do you.
He might have his own thing going on, but I'm not going to stop you from trying.
If you, what, can we? I don't know if we're gonna talk to him. I just want to know if he has a fun accent.
He might. It depends on how confident I feel if
Can
and
I,
when you guys talk to him.
Before we talk to this complete stranger, can I look for a
Yes.
sign that tells us where the fuck we are?
That's a good point.
Because we have zero idea where we are and or how far away from the capital we are.
I'm going to say history check.
History check. Oh dear.
Because I feel like everyone has perceived well enough that you'd be able to peg what would be potentially identifying markers. It would just be a matter of whether you yourself know what they would mean.
Check. Okay. This is gonna go very poorly. So that's a 9. With a +1, that's a 9.
Some small town, looks like. I mean, not very active, it seems.
And it is nighttime.
Now, I will say, now that you are kind of outside and you've kind of been traveling to the cemetery, it does kind of smell like death.
Can't smell.
Great. Okay.
The people who can smell it kind of smells like death.
I'm all familiar with with death.
As Fenrir's just like, man, this town's not very active wherever it is. It could be anywhere. Anywhere has wooden buildings, I'm pretty sure.
Can I mutter to the rest of the group that, hey, it is very possible that the guys came through and killed everybody here and then got transported to us. So we probably should get rid of the armlet since we're back in our own time.
This will be
You
tracked.
want to put it in your bag of demons?
Your bag of demons.
I'll put the
One
armlets in my
demon.
bag, yeah.
A demon. I'm sorry.
One
Singular.
Sorry.
mildly
A
benevolent,
growing more powerful demon.
Maybe.
who is
Or-
mildly benevolent toward me,
Or is he growing
and
more
me
friendly?
only.
We
You're-
won't know.
You're
until
teaching
it's
this demon how to love again, or something.
I don't,
Francis, have you
I
got any?
don't believe
Have you got any potions on you?
Me?
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Oh, I'm sure I do.
I mean,
I-
Loreza spent 2,000 gold or something like that
I'm
at the potion
going
shop.
to, actually, since I got a second level
What do you
spell
want?
slot back, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds
Just
on,
something.
Corin.
Okay.
Make a regular potion of healing. Then.
Huh?
Corin,
You
are
want a
going-
regular potion of healing?
You got anything better than that?
Greater healing?
How much is that one?
That one is the 4d4 plus 4. Alright, is this for you to drink?
Well, not right now. I'm gonna let Fenrir cure wounds me, but I'd like to carry it.
Okay.
in
I will
case.
hand you my dragon vessel, which has a greater potion of healing in it.
Do
That'll
you
work.
need to be attuned to that, or
I am attuned to it, and it currently has one in it, and as long as I get it back, he can hold on to it.
okay? You got back 12 HP.
12 HP. Alright.
It's not too bad. Considering how long it took me to get you down to where you are, I mean, 41's basically full health.
Listen, I don't trust you for a second. So
You
no.
guys, I'm so
Yeah,
cool. I'm just
I will
like
say,
chill.
he is way nicer than me.
I know, but that's not the point.
That's not.
I definitely feel like there's a target on my shoulders now, always.
The
Why
bar,
on you?
the bar to be nicer than Travis is so low. He's just like, I don't give a fuck. He could still be trying to kill us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just talk to the man. And if I think it's a very good idea to get rid of these, they can also track us with them.
Yeah, 100% ditch the bracelets.
Mhm.
Whether we throw
them
them
to
in
the
the demon bag or just leave them here, I don't care. But we
I
need to-
keep
I'd
wanting to
rather-
offer to eat them myself, but I don't have
I
anything
what?
that would do anything to it. I don't know.
You
I
are
don't.
You were gonna eat them?
Yeah, sure.
I'd rather we just destroy them.
Yeah, you know what? Let's just take a short rest. I want to watch Songshin eat these bracelets.
It's like a quick hour to see her try to
Fucking
eat these.
freak. Just
Probably-
unveil her jaw like a
Probably not
python.
real gold, but
Swallow
gold-looking
whole.
bracelets.
You don't know that I'm not able to do that.
I don't. I don't.
I'm gonna
I don't,
put
yeah.
my bracelet in my perfectly not haunted bag of holding.
You're also.
I thought we
haunted by
agreed that they could
holding-
track us with them.
No, that's not how tracking spells work. If it's in the bag of holding, that means it's in another
It's on a
plane.
different plane.
It's in a pocket plane.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Now, if we pull them out, oh boy! But as long as they stay in there,
Yeah. I'm just
Basically,
thinking bag of demon is more
you're-
permanent.
If we put them all into,
I'm terrified
brass-
to put anything in that bag.
Is the
Yeah, just
void
like-
inside of Fenrir's armor a different plane if he were to eat a bracelet?
yeah,
That's
what-
up to you.
You're the
I
DM.
wouldn't
You
eat
get
it,
to
I'd just
decide yes
take
or no
off my
on that.
helmet.
I don't even know how far towns are away from each other. I can't make a decision on void eating habits.
I don't think
I
it's
don't
a void
eat.
inside of Fenrir.
Boy, we are
It's
in
just
deep
empty
shit.
armor.
But if you
Yeah.
did eat, is where they just kind of hang out in limbo? Is that a different plane?
No,
I'm assuming it would just
No.
disappear and go to the deity.
I assume
Oh,
it would
that's
just
fine.
be like planking around his codpiece somewhere.
That's kind of what I was imagining. He's just like an
Just
empty
give him
box.
double disadvantage on stealth
Yeah,
checks. as
he's
it's-
walking along. Just dunk, dunk, dunk,
Clunk,
dunk,
clunk,
dunk,
clunk,
dunk, dunk,
clunk.
dunk.
Eating, but everyone was like, nah.
Keep it down.
Games.
I swear to God,
Yeah.
Fenrir, if I have to rip your head off and put my arm down your stomach, I will.
I mean,
That might actually
Just
be
a-
if I'm
helpful.
being honest,
Just a fart in
I-
a box with one of those
I
fucking
did
spray
say
can ball
anything
bearings
that
in
was
the bottom.
put inside
Yeah,
of me
exactly.
would just fall to the bottom of my boots.
We
Yep.
did say that, but I like the
Keep it
idea of it
around.
going into this void somewhere
Wait.
and taking a while to disappear.
I've had an idea. I actually might be a reasonable idea. If we fill Fenrir with moss, would that dampen the amount of sound he makes and make him like flat rolls for stealth.
I'm concerned about the mildew issue.
Did you say moths or moss?
Moss.
The plant, not the...
Not
Yeah.
Fig's character from the other campaign.
Or that one. Do not put moth inside of things.
I
God.
was thinking,
Because
like,
the
how
other-
would a bunch of
Yeah.
fluttering
Only
insects
put
make you
things inside of
quieter?
moth. Don't put moth inside of things. Got it.
Wink.
Bet.
Oh,
Actually, well, no. I don't need to expand on that.
Big. For shame.
I need to, hold on, where is it? There
I
you
need to
go.
commission more art of moth.
Yeah,
Perfect time to use that one.
Yeah.
I feel like that's been used on me at least twice before.
So, canonically, in game, no one is making this much noise, but how would you like to proceed?
I guess Finrir, who is probably one of the charisma-based characters, along with Larassus, should probably talk to him.
I have a 20 charisma as well.
I would love it if Duchess
You
stuck
have
up behind him
a
though,
20
just in
charisma?
case.
I'm a sorcerer.
Ah.
They'd be ganked.
I thought you were a warlock.
As a player, I love that idea so much.
I'm just creepy.
But
So-
unfortunately, this is the second rerun of Greater Invisibility, and I don't think for our
Or
poor
does
friend over there who
Alar wanna
casted
talk
it is
to
going
him?
to.
Just make
Yeah,
the
we
team
can
talk
Alar
to
was
him.
trying to do
God,
it.
yes. Like,
Oh,
true
there's
Matt Mercer moment. Why don't you?
there's
Oh,
nothing
no.
I love more than playing two NPCs with completely different voices. Because I'm,
Talking to
I'm
each other
so
and
talented at
only each
that.
I mean, I could play. You just message me what you want to say, and I'll talk to the dwarf.
So who
Alright,
is
yeah.
Need to talk to him.
Send Clank over there to talk to him.
Then Clank. Is that my nickname now?
It is. now.
Yeah, your nickname is Clank now.
Oh, fuck off.
Honestly,
Now
by
we
the-
just need a ratchet.
Clank sounds a lot better than fart in a box, though, right?
Actually, that
Yeah.
is pretty true.
Yeah. By comparison, Clank slaps. You're
Yeah.
welcome.
Clank comes with bludgeoning damage.
Uh-huh.
Fart in
I
the
have
box
something-
is like a cantrip with a DC so low, even commoners pass it.
We need to just. Oh my God. Fenrir can be Clank, and his cool little mace can be Ratchet.
Oh,
Hey!
Mhm.
Fucking love it.
both
I
of them
did-
do bludgeoning damage.
Good old
so-
bludgeoning.
That's why I said it. I was like, we need a ratchet, guys.
I do feel like Duchess is small enough to be Ratchet. I just need to give her a funner bow.
It's just
Or
a
exploding
You want to give me a
arrows?
more fun bow?
Finrir's
I
not
don't.
actually
You
that
already do
tall.
enough damage. I feel like adding exploding bow and arrow things would
You're
probably.
taller than Clank.
I would
and Clank is,
love
like,
that.
Gnome size.
Give me Hawkeye's bow and arrows. I'll take some
I'm
trick
the-
arrows.
I am the size of the armor, depending on what the size of the armor.
Oh my God,
was
we're buying
made
you
for.
some gnomish mithril armor. Hold on.
Oh my god.
I would love that.
We just
God.
make
I
him
mean,
so
I did
small.
have.
I would also love the
armor-
idea of Fenrir just like soul transferring into what is like clearly just like display armor that no one wears, and it's just like for like a 9-foot tall person.
I was about to say, I just want to find the biggest goddamn armor suit possible.
Mm.
It would fit with my intimidation.
How
I'm
enclosed
gonna
does
be
the
I'm gonna
armor
be
have to
eyes out alert from now
Yeah.
on for some giant fucking armor.
Would you consider the Colossus of Rhodes a suit of armor?
Right? That's what I was thinking.
Uh,
Like, can we find somewhere with like a big old statue?
Fenrir is going up
Oh my
to
god,
the
you could be the
cemetery.
Statue of Liberty.
Nope, Fenrir is gone. We're leaving this conversation. He is going to the cemetery.
You could do Ghostbusters.
He's like, stop
Dude.
talking about me like I'm not here.
Wait until our next downtime and I film
All right,
with
lead the way, Clank. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Lead
The
the way, Clank.
the-
God damn it.
dwarf is gonna look up as you kind of approach him.
Good evening, sir. Do you know where we are?
Excellent first question.
I think it's great.
Do
I
you
will
not?
follow.
No, we don't
We're
actually
sure I
know
should talk to him.
where we are.
So he kind of stabs the shovel down into the soil, and you can see like behind him is just like still just this mountainous like pile of bodies,
Jesus.
and he's just like digging a giant hole in a unoccupied space in the cemetery.
Help with that.
And I did write this down because I've been doing better at things. Places. No, that's a duchy. City. Where are cities? Well, oh my god, I've managed to. I literally forgot about it when I tabbed back into OBS. My AD be HDing, my guys. Oh my goodness. It was like a tab, and I was about to start talking. I was like, oh fuck, what was the name of the town I literally just looked at? Oh god.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah. You find yourself in this town of Amberwood. About 3 days south of the capital.
Did you by any chance know the date as well? That's a weird question, but we had a weekend.
Friday?
What was that?
Friday?
Right.
Date more specific than just Friday. There's lots of Fridays.
I just did years, Fig. I don't
No
have
way
it in
Phil
me to
has
do
this prepared.
months.
No way. No
Make
way.
up a calendar, Philip. God.
Just say they give us the date, and then say it's roughly this long.
Yeah. It's accurate to what we know it was before we left.
You
Be
left.
vague. You don't need specific.
You left on a Friday. It is now a Friday.
Okay.
For 30 years in the future, like
It's what it should be.
Are you telling me you don't know what year it is?
Do I look like I know a lot of things?
You look like
I
you
found
could use a
myself.
little more sun if we're being honest.
We were, let's just say, ambushed by some people and took something that probably didn't belong to them.
Things get a little bit fucky when you're out too much.
I wonder if you were with that other fella who was riding his horse all willy-nilly when he got out of here.
Actually, we probably killed his group.
Could you describe the
Subtle.
willy-nilly horse
Subtle.
He is not known for being subtle.
boy? He is a fart in a box. There's not a lot
He
of
is a
fart.
clank, and he bludgeons his way through conversations.
Let me say, my wisdom is a -2. Remember that, and my intelligence is only a +1.
while all this is happening, I would like
Low
to
on the
ask
conversation.
Alar if there is a, Mrs. whatever you gave his last name in
How
this.
the fuck are you gonna seduce everybody?
I'm not.
Wind River?
Stop taking
Yeah,
ARs
Wind River.
from
Are you
me.
right?
Cook.
I'm not. I'm asking if he married a nice Aowen elf.
I'm still, unfortunately, a free bachelor. It kind of helps with what I do, being the indiscriminate third son of a major house. People are a little bit more talkative when they think your parents don't love you anymore.
Ask him if he likes
That
corpses.
that hit close to home.
You just immediately turn away from it. Be like, cool.
Like a single tear down the eye.
I've actually found it's the opposite of that. People really hate talking to me, but okay.
Huh.
I'm being too loud.
Yell louder.
Caitlin's like, I'm going the fuck to sleep. Leave me alone.
What happened? I thought Kaylin wouldn't mind if you played D&D on the weekdays.
I did talk to her about how JT was about to DM a campaign starting at like midnight on a Tuesday. And I was like, I could probably do that on a Friday because she's out by like 11. So I could do like a 12 to 3 on a Friday. But Tuesday would be pushing it because I do technically have a real job that requires me to wake up in the morning and be there. Not there physically, but there metaphorically, grammatically, emotionally,
Who needs sleep?
Rhetorically.
rhetorically. I love rhetorically being at my job. Metaphysically.
Same.
But yeah. Alar is single.
And ready to mingle.
He did not marry into the family. He was born into it. Still looking for his Eowyn. As we all are. Well, not me.
Mm-hmm.
But... And in the main conversation, we were talking about...
How we killed
how you killed the guy's crew.
And possibly what the guy riding willy-nilly on the horse looked like, as Songshin said.
Yeah.
But of course, I can't talk in this conversation, so...
I would be happy for someone else to take over.
Oh, let me try. I never get to do this in this
Just
game.
some disembodied voice.
Just because my persuasion and intimidation is great,
I
doesn't mean I'm smart
I
enough
absolutely
to
love
hold a
because
conversation.
Songshin has a +4 or 5, right, to charisma.
+5.
But you play such a timid character that you do rarely do the speaking, and I do, and I have enjoyed that.
Plus, she's a literal corpse.
You playing a very timid, high charisma character.
I'll just let the disembodied suit of armor talk, who is almost practically dumb.
Look, if they had to choose between a figurative corpse and a literal corpse, they're gonna go with figurative corpse 9 times out of 10.
So I guess the question is, do we want the figurative corpse, the corpse, or some random-ass disembodied voice coming up behind him and starting to speak? Because that is the question.
Hey, to be fair, in my defense,
Also, isn't Corn in this conversation too?
Nope.
He's supporting his bro, his clank.
I've got my hand on my belt, and I'm silent as the grave.
Okay.
I'm talking to
The
Alar.
grave is not going to be silent now.
He is just listening to this whirlwind of disaster.
Yeah. Okay. So I will say to the guy, can you describe the willy-nilly man on the horse? Like, what did he look like?
I mean, it looked like he could eat a bit more. Kind of slender, high cheekbones, stark white hair. Kind of seemed like, I don't know, like, can you look pretentious?
Oh, yeah.
Looks right at Lorazes.
Yeah, have you seen our friend over here? Just points at Lorazes.
Just having a conversation with Alar, just like, I've read about quartermaster experience. Would that count?
Oh, yeah. Have him fast for like a week and dye his hair, but stark white. Dead ringer.
Yeah, that guy was a dick. Which direction did he go?
He went that way. Kind of points out to the town heading west.
Mm-hmm. How long ago was that?
I think canonically it's only been a few minutes, but yeah.
Oh shit, fuck.
That entire
So we start
combat
running.
was like a minute long.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it kind of depends on how long it took y'all to come to the decision to teleport back, is how long it's basically.
At least half an hour.
Probably not.
Is there...
I'd say somewhere between 5 to 10 minutes is probably more accurate for how long it's been.
Are there any, like, cities or anything in that direction? Like, what landmarks are there in the west?
Yeah, hit the main road in about half a day, and then you can head south towards Crossroads, or you can head north towards the capital.
Oh, you can go anywhere. What a dick. Is there anything else we need to know from this guy?
Need help with these bodies.
I mean, if you're offering, I won't turn down the aid. No?
You're the only one left in this village?
No. See, I've just kind of been traveling, hunting monsters. It's kind of I guess you could say I'm competing, but really it's just fun because a lot of people don't know that they only need like the smallest bit of proof in order to do that little scrying, and like you can still hold on to most of the skins. And so it's like people think you have to choose between the gold or the points, but really you can kind of get both if you're skilled enough. And so I've just been down south here doing a little bit of hunting in the woods, and then I thought I'd stop by here. Wow, going into Australia really quick.
It's adjacent.
And
Wait, he's a competitor?
see if I could find some lodging, and that's when I found just just really grisly, if I'm being honest.
They killed the whole town just to have a staging for this.
No, I will agree that guy was a dick, but these guys have been dead for like weeks.
Ugh.
Maybe not weeks, maybe a week and a half. Like they were kind of displayed, like there were people nailed to trees, and
Oh.
just kind of like I don't know. It looked like someone was doing some kind of
Oh, I
display
know.
for someone. But yeah,
Hey, Corin.
it took me a while to gather all the bodies, and now I'm just trying to, unfortunately, dig one giant grave for all more. Yeah.
That's very kind of you.
Do we want to help?
I would
Yeah.
like to help dig these bodies.
And he's gonna do a quick shake of the hands with Clank and Songshen, and
Yeah.
yeah, my name's Benjamin Stonelock. It's just me and my dogs. We kind of just hunt what we can.
Fenrir.
I kind of walk back over to Alar and I'm like, hey, since we know we're mildly safe, are you going to want to throw greater invisibility up on me again, or can I drop it and be fine? Because I know you took 2 spell slots to cast greater invisibility twice on me.
Now that we know that we're not surrounded by the people searching for you, if you no longer wish to be invisible, it's no skin off my back. I'll get those slots back when we rest.
Alright, cool. And I drop it and I trot back up to the graveyard to pick up a shovel and help.
Yeah, and you see there's like roughly maybe somewhere between 40 to 50 bodies ranging in sizes. And he's just kind of digging this large mass grave at the south end of the cemetery to try to kind of fit them all in.
Fenrir is just gonna help him dig that hole and then start loading bodies into it.
Same.
Sorry. Razzus would like to help as much as possible without getting
Dirty.
physically involved.
Yeah.
It's not even the dirty part, but man, that shovel's heavy. I don't know how dirt in it yet.
Fenrir 2 shovels, he'll do it.
What's everyone's passive perception?
Well,
Shit now.
18.
17.
16.
Okay.
That's higher than I thought it was.
Where do I find that again?
It's
It is at the
with
top.
proficiency.
Across from your size.
Yeah,
I feel-
mine's a 14.
I feel like they're not gonna beat it, but we'll see. Yeah. Anyone?
Are we going to be here for over an hour?
It probably will take some time to finish digging the grave, but then at that point, and he kind of says like, much appreciated if you want to share my fire for tonight and continue on your way in the morning. You're more than welcome to. Anyone
Thank you.
with a passive perception of 12 or higher will not be surprised when 2 direwolves show up.
sick. My passive perception is 12.
Who's yours?
I don't have meat anymore.
Yeah.
I don't
Those
think
are
I have
his
more because I
ups.
fed it all to the bag of holding.
Yeah, I do remember that he mentioned his dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he said dogs, not dire wolves, you know? what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Do they like pets and scritches?
Yeah.
yeah,
the
exactly.
things
Are
on
they
the puppies.
aggressive?
So they are probably, you got to treat them like cats, right? You kind of have to just kind of hold your hand out and see if they're into it. You can't just lunge at them like a Labrador or something like that. But he's like, You know, they take to different people differently, but normally they're very friendly, and yeah, they love scritches and scratches.
I'll walk up and introduce myself to one. Like, one does a scared, a dog or a cat, and
Brinner will use
it's
his
just
channel divinity to
Frighten the dog.
no, to make his ghostly grasp and start hauling bodies into the hole.
Oh God, I love that.
I'll help out with the bodies a little bit
Yeah.
too. After I scratch the dog a little.
You kind of all finish digging this, essentially like pit.
While they're digging, can Core and Ritual cast Speak with Animals?
Ritual
Yes.
cast with
Yes.
animals?
Please.
Jelly.
I love it.
Are you talking to one of them?
Absolutely, whichever one's closest.
That would probably be number 4.
That would
Well,
be
yeah.
yeah. And so I haven't made custom tokens for these, but one is like raven black fur, and the other one is like snow white fur. So
These
Yeah,
dogs are
yeah,
aesthetic.
everything is an
I was
aesthetic.
gonna say everything is aesthetic.
But
Travis never has to worry about me doing 300 damage in a single round because the only min-maxing I do is aesthetic.
Bullshit. Aesir exists.
Oh God, I love him so much. Fucking paladins. Oh, I love paladins. I especially love paladins with the double-bladed scimitar and divine favor.
that's so good.
It's so busted. I shouldn't have allowed. Double-bladed scimitar is homebrewed and not in the official game for reasons.
To be fair though, Travis, have you ever said no to Philip on anything?
Yes,
I don't believe that.
you can ask Philip.
One
I've
time
said no to things.
One time I asked if we could finish the Icewind Dale campaign at 15 so I could have 3 levels of Ranger and be Gloomstalker, and Travis said, no, this module's only built for levels up to 11, and that's only if you do this special thing. And I was
Yeah,
like, well,
you
that's
guys were
dumb.
already over-leveled for the module.
Yeah.
But I
And y'all
wanted to...
still almost died because every time I do a Banshee Whale, it kills the entire fucking party. It doesn't matter
But I
how low
wanted
the
to be a
DC is.
Gloomstalker.
I want to be cool.
Anyways.
We did that after the campaign.
Corin, you're talking to the white one.
Dope.
What-
I just want to know if they've. I just want to know if they've encountered anything crazy or unusual in the last few days, or if they know which way Buckhead went.
If they killed
Uh,
Fuckhead, that would be nice.
We did not kill Fuckhead. We followed behind
I didn't say
him
Buckhead to the wolves.
for about a mile, and then turned to come back to Ben. He hit the main road, and it looked like he turned south.
Cool, thank you.
Main road and turn
Dude,
south.
Did the gravedigger, or I guess he's not really a gravedigger, but did the guy tell us what happened to all these people, or just
Yeah,
the
he said
aftermath
he
of it?
got here and they were already dead. They were
Yeah.
in the,
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
he was.
I would like to know if the wolves detected anything unusual about the state of this place when they got here.
The
Maybe
I don't know.
when
smell.
people
I don't know if Homie can talk to them or not. So
Yeah.
you know,
The smell was terrible. Like
unnatural, terrible.
well, like decay.
Okay.
As if they had been just kind of left out in the sun to rot for days. So the wolves probably knew before Benjamin knew that the town did not really have much hospitality left. But yeah, you kind of gathered the same thing where it seemed these people had been dead for maybe like a week and a half, give or take a few days.
And more, I mean, did we establish with Benjamin like if they were killed by other people or monsters or anything
Oh
like
yeah,
that?
and I
I
would
mean, I know you
say
said they were like nailed to trees and shit.
you would have
but,
noticed some things as you were making your way to the cemetery. Like you probably would have seen various like pools of dried blood kind of on the kind of dirt roads connecting the houses within the towns. Um, so it does look like they were kind of like slaughtered in the town, and then based on Benjamin's recollection to you, were kind of staged in a way um, to cause, I don't know, discomfort, fear, something. But yeah. And you left a house that seemed relatively untouched, so it does look like basically um, all the killing just happened outside. Whether they physically removed people from their homes before it happened, or they tried to mount a resistance, but like the house you came out of just looked empty, not murdery.
not ransacked or
Yeah.
attacked or anything. Okie dokie. Well, I give the wolf a pleasant scritch in the ears and
Hey,
say, thank him.
while we're loading the bodies up into the pit, can I cast Divine Sense to see if I detect any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet, or anything that's been consecrated or desecrated?
Yes, you can.
Do so. Which is good because I can use my mace as my holy symbol now instead of actually reaching for my divine symbol.
So I can confidently say you don't sense celestial fiend or undead within the radius. I'm trying to figure out if I I I'm leaning towards nothing has been officially
Rated.
desecrated
Okay.
in a way that you would sense it. That people might disagree when they like Benjamin would probably be of the opinion that shit got desecrated, but as far as like actual thing that would need to be like undesecrated or hallowed, however you fall, like you don't sense anything like that. But some fucked up shit happened. Whether there are any lingering fiend feels or not is
I believe that the people that Corin quarreled with may have done this because they were mad that Corin didn't follow the trail to here.
Oh. Don't put that on him. That's rude.
well, technically it wouldn't be Korn's fault if Laras was around. But
No, but he might feel bad anyway.
Oh.
Okay. So-
No.
I just said, no, it's fine.
No, I have my orders.
theoretically, and granted, at this point they would have already been dead. It would just been another show for Korn to see. So there's nothing to feel really guilty about. And theoretically, you've murdered the people who did this. So if anything,
They pretty much tried to ambush us
Yeah.
while we were trying to
you're one up on universal cosmic feel goods or whatever. But yeah, I would say based off because Benjamin let you know you're about a half a day's march to the main road, and then roughly 2.5 days travel back to the capital if you head north. So you're about 3 days out of the capital, which would kind of match up with where you guys found the pile of singed, dismembered body parts that eventually led to you being ambushed by a couple of the Orderless and their hellhounds. So, kind of revisiting the past here as we continue our time travel motif.
Yeah, I don't think I'd do anything else besides work on shield techniques and whatnot.
Yeah, and you guys kind of finish filling in the hole. You pat down the dirt. It's a tight fit, but it
Yeah.
works. And Benjamin kind of walks back to kind of like this little open area and starts setting up a fire. He's like, "If you want to rest, Avalanche and Shadow will keep us safe tonight, and then we can part ways in the morning."
Good.
I'd say that's
And
fun.
We'll go up to each of the dire wolves and just slowly approach and pet them.
I can't imagine that animals like me, so I will stay back.
Pretty sure they don't care about my existence because I do not smell like food or anything else.
I probably just smell wrong.
Yeah, you're just a
I was about to say,
metaphor.
where did we
Yeah,
land
what does
on
what
how
does the
bad
void
function smells
smell
like?
like?
I'm not meaty or like rotting or anything. I'm a person. I came back.
Very lit.
Define person.
I'm a person. Hey, if we have to define person, we have to define fucking Fenrir out of his box.
That's the main goal, in my opinion.
Like little pickles.
You've always been curious.
Travis is just trying to trap me in like what spells affect which people.
That-
All
You're
I
not supposed
heard,
to know
all I
that's what
heard
I'm
was
doing.
that Songshen is not thick.
Aw.
She's very lit.
She's not meaty.
I am not meaty, no. Real skinny bitch.
And you can eat. Whether or not it actually goes to anything remains to be seen.
I don't know. I think it's one of those things where I can choose to eat, and the processes will happen correctly, as it were. I'm not just like a sack that just can be endlessly filled, kind of thing.
I do love the idea of just like calories affecting you in all the normal ways, except for the needing calories to keep you alive.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could eventually go down to basically just skeleton if you
Uh-huh.
just stopped eating.
Yeah.
But you eat to maintain the figure that you have.
Yeah. Yes, I'm very proud of my figure.
I tried to pronounce it in the old English.
Figure.
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 Bigger.
If we say it too much, it's gonna go real bad.
Jaeger.
Yeah.
Figure.
Stop. Stop.
My great
Dangerous
lord.
territory. Dangerous territory.
Finger.
It does remind me of there's a guy on TikTok who catches lobsters, and if they are female and have eggs, will like notch them. And I saw someone stitch it where it's like, I've never seen subtitles be so important before, because he'll say,
Yeah.
because he's
seen
like
that.
he's like Australian or something, and he'll say they've got an egger there, which is a female lobster who has a bunch of eggs.
No, I bet it's the guy from Maine, because I think I know who you're talking about.
Okay, yeah, but
He's on YouTube, too.
and I just saw one person stitch them. I was like, I've never seen subtitles play such an important role in a video before. And granted, I agree. That's one pro to having subtitles. Just remove any confusion out of people's normal dialects. But yes, if everyone is comfortable, we'll take a long rest here, and
We'll keep watch all night, basically.
Fenrir can keep watch all night with the dags, and we will wake up in the morning, which is now Saturday.
So it's basically gonna. How long did you say it would take us to get to capital?
You're
5
about
days?
a 3-day journey back to the capital.
3 day? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you said Marcus was about 3 days out?
He's probably a few days out, yeah. This is where it's getting tricky, and not for any reason other than the fact that I don't know the actual geography of my own universe. But Marcus left, I think, a few days after you had reached the capital, and it took y'all somewhere between 1 to 2 weeks to get there. But then also it took like 3 days from the Crossroads Inn, which was like the same distance from Midrash, which took you like 5 days to get to the Crossroads Inn. So the lesson here is you're pretty close to probably arriving at the capital at the same time again, and I'm bad at geography.
Because I was wondering if the two of us were going to arrive at the same time.
We probably
Potentially.
one of us would probably get there earlier than the other.
Yeah, because he's got to move the whole company versus us just.
They also probably have horses.
Now,
That
you
too.
you would know from Corn's conversations, the company is with Shade still in Midrash, and it is Marcus and Thoradin, just the two of them, coming to Farideh. So they are
Right, because we sent Marianne off.
yeah. So they're traveling separately. The company's still in Midrash with Shade, who is left behind because she kind of left Ramus and Boars tied up in the cellar of a basement, and they're still not quite sure how the Brightwoods are going to react to that. So she kind of got the short straw
Better than
of
them
the
being
tenants.
dead.
Which is fair. Honestly, I'm glad that y'all saw that note and you're like, all right, we don't need to go to the cellar, because I would have had to come up with some way to have you kill probably a fairly high level NPC.
There was a mild discussion. It was like, should we check anyway? And
It
was
got
nah.
close, yeah. And I know, like, I think I was gonna basically, there's gonna be a damage threshold for Duchess to be able to basically coup de grace Ramus. And if she hit it, he was just gonna be dead. And if she didn't, shit was gonna get crazy.
So I was like, it's better than being dead because we all know my grudge.
And I didn't know how much danger I was in, because it's like I knew Duchess's backstory, and I was like, she's probably still a good soldier.
No!
I was like,
No.
there's a possibility, not a high possibility, but a possibility she'll try to kill him. And so I need to come up with a way where if she does enough damage, she can, but otherwise it just goes into normal
No.
initiative.
It's not a high possibility. It's not a low possibility that I was going to kill them. It is a very high possibility I was going to kill them, and a low possibility that they were going to survive any meeting with me.
So we kind of all dodged a bullet there, because
Sure did.
you all dodged the bullet of me probably not being prepared enough for Duchess just being like, yeah, I pull out one of my knives and I try to slit his throat. And me going, okay, roll to hit.
Yeah. Or just shoving it through his eye,
Yeah.
or
What have I missed? My mic was having issues, and I've come back, and everything sounds much more exciting. What did I miss?
We were just talking about how
Yeah,
Duchess almost,
we all dodged a bullet
yeah.
with the cellar thing, and me not going in there, so I didn't kill one of the Brightwoods.
Because we were talking about how Marcus is currently on his way to the capital with Thoradin, who is the lieutenant over the Bruisers, who most people believe you belong with, and how Shade is back in Midrash with the rest of the company because they're not quite sure how receptive people would be to her, given that she found Ramus and Boars just tied up in a cellar and decided to cut the prince loose and leave them there.
Leave them? Yeah.
And that's when we started talking about how it's better that than Duchess just absolutely murdering them. But we didn't have to deal with that because y'all saw the note from Shade and said, all right, yeah, let's continue on. After some discussion, to be fair. But, yeah, we came very close to me being like, I prepared the wrong thing for this. Because I don't even think I still don't think I have Ramus fully skinned out. Like, I think if anything, he just has default champion stats. So, like, I eventually got Boars fleshed out because, you know, you guys found him and killed him. But I think Ramus is a token and a champion. Like, I haven't... It would have been bad if you had gone down there and been
Ramus
like...
is a Brightwood, right?
And been like, I want to kill him. I'd be
Yeah,
like,
okay.
oh, shit, I knew I should have given them stats. Oh, well, here we go. Roll initiative.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Everyone
I think the only Brightwoods that she wouldn't kill are, like, the literal children. Because she'd just be like, anyone who's over the age of majority who had any kind of hand in this, come here.
See, now I'm trying to think if there are any actual Brightwood children.
I would imagine there probably would.
Am I just gonna wipe out a whole fucking family? Like a whole house and, like, buffet this bitch?
Ramus has 2 younger brothers. And so I basically have to decide if any of them are married and have children. Because they're all adults. And his father is the Minister of War and Patriarch of the Brightwood family.
I feel like they probably would.
I think I gotta give Ramus a wife. I feel like the 2 younger twins are still bachelors. So Ramus might have some children. God damn it. I just got out of this rabbit hole. I'm diving back in.
It's never done.
But let's not dwell on that.
Yeah,
right now.
we'll continue on. Ramus can have kids from Tuesday to Sunday is when Ramus is able to have kids. Monday nights, things that are set in stone are what we're operating off of. But yes, everyone, if you're comfortable, take a long rest.
Already did it.
Yeah,
you
did it.
sleep through the night with Fenrir and Shadow and Avalanche watching over you.
Can I, since I only need to sleep for like 4 hours, can I float the idea to Fenrir of filling his body with moss to test whether or not that helps with the stealth? Like, genuinely not in a weird way.
Don't think it will help.
It might be fun to try.
I don't know.
Fun for who?
We also haven't quite figured out how the void works.
I don't know, I imagine he's like basically an empty box, but with a spirit in it. Didn't say fart that time.
There you go.
I don't know if it's like a black hole that like
that's
goes
quite the
somewhere.
promotion from fart to spirit.
I'm trying to get him to let me do stuff with him. Sorry.
Phrasing.
It's alright.
Oh my.
If I had to guess mechanically, right, because we've decided it goes into this void and is like slowly dissolved, right? So you could fill him up with moss, and then it would, like, for a time, allow him to roll with just straight, and then as the moss is dissolved, he goes back to clinking, right?
That could work. Like, keep refilling him.
Just I don't know how readily available moss is. I haven't looked that up.
No one here is druid, so no one can.
Yeah, I was thinking having plant growth.
I'm still just like I'm in the genealogy portion of world building. I haven't quite gotten to agricultural exports, so
yeah.
You're gonna have to give me time.
Things like plants and like growth and stuff.
That's good to know. That's good to know. Yeah, I'll get on that. Hey, Bandit.
So
What it sounds like to me is we
wanna
need
say
to
hi?
kill either Lorazis or Songshin so one of them can roll a druid backup character.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll come back as a
I have a druid backup character. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but we can't fill you with moss if you've been banished to the Shadow Realm.
Yeah.
So
I think Travis is. I almost said dead. He has a druid backup character.
I do.
if you told me that Travis didn't have a backup character of a certain class, I would not believe you.
Yeah.
There's one class that I have not touched as a backup character.
Okay, I'm gonna try and I'm gonna think about it for a minute. I'm gonna try
yeah.
and guess.
Checking your pulse? Is that what's going on here?
Oh, are you talking about me? No, that's
He's
just
looking at classes and he's trying to pick.
that's just how I
What
sit.
you wouldn't play.
I was just, you have your fingers on your neck, and I'm just like, is he checking his pulse? Like he's about to die? What the heck's going on?
I
My
don't
blood
think
tells
I
me
don't think
things.
Travis has a rogue backup character.
Wrong.
No.
You
I
can't-
wanna
It's
say
the one
sorcerer.
class I dislike playing.
Is it? It's not.
I
sorcerer.
actually dislike it in general.
How do you dislike playing it? You've only played like one time total.
Oh my god, I want to kill my. It is the class I despise the most.
Cleric.
Wrong. I fucking love cleric.
Yeah.
Yeah, cleric.
Is it
What are you
druid?
talking
Who do
about?
you
Nope,
hate?
love druid. I have like
Love
50
druid.
druids.
I
It's
think
not
you
sorcerer,
also
is
like
it?
paladin.
It's
Is it
also
a-
not sorcerer.
Is it a
Yeah.
fucking fighter? Do you hate fighters?
No, I
he
love
likes
fighters. Fighters are
I
good.
know that one.
It is a fucking standard class, right? And I
It
think
is.
it's
It
all
is a
D&D
player's
class.
handbook class.
Ranger?
Nope, like rangers. Rangers are good. I've broken rangers a lot.
Do you
I
not
keep
like
guessing, guys. I'll
warlocks?
figure
list
it out
of
eventually.
classes.
I like clerics.
I didn't say clerics. Do you not like warlocks?
No, I love warlock. Do
Oh, he
I
loves
not
warlocks.
like warlock?
I know you like us being warlocks.
Travis, whose
I thought-
answer to every question is take a level in warlock.
Wait. Is it monk or artificer?
It is monk. 100%.
That
Fuck
tracks.
monks. Hate monks.
Genevieve was great. Fuck you.
Genevieve was great. Very marriage material too.
Oh,
I
yeah.
did make a monk backup character, but I never want to play it.
Yeah, just punching things does kind of suck.
Monk
But-
sounds awful, TBH.
Also, of all my fucking characters, the fact that she is the one that's marriage material is very upsetting to me. Because she is not one of the ones that's most like me.
We don't
Okay,
have time to
settle
unpack
down.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not in therapy now.
No,
Napa
bringing
ve-
it back to the thing.
Napa
Are we gonna
very
head up
much
to the
wants to
capital now?
accomplish things tonight, so let's accomplish.
Back to
I'm gonna kill
escapism.
that man with moss.
Yes, I would like escapism. Yes.
Immersion, though.
Yeah, you all wake up fully fine. Fenrir
Not full of moss.
Fenrir and the dogs watched over you well.
I give Larazis his dragon urn thing back.
Yeah, my dragon flask.
Yeah.
You drinking
Got it.
flask.
Thanks, buddy.
No, it's
Yeah.
no longer a vessel. It's just a flask.
I like the idea of it canonically being no bigger than just like a normal vial, which is like what would hold most potions, but like if you were putting wine in it would just fucking suck.
The size literally changes depending upon what thing.
What's in it?
The type of alchemical beaker
Oh,
changes.
it's whiskey,
So if he
giant fucking
puts-
thing.
If he puts ale into it, does it become a
It just
basically a
yeah, it becomes one of those growlers with the cap. What do you call
Yeah.
those?
Stein?
those tankers?
Steins?
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 Well, Steins are kind of like they don't always have a cap, right? It doesn't matter. Again, I'm sorry.
We're getting distracted.
I'm like a fucking squirrel today. I'm sorry. You all wake up. You're fine. You did a long rest. What would you like to do now?
Possibly start heading out to the
handfuls of moss
capital.
and nobody
Walking,
knows
I
why.
guess.
I'll
we
allow it.
don't have horses, so
We could probably find some in this deserted ass town where everybody died.
Oh god.
Look, I am an opportunist.
You're not wrong, yeah. It's very sad.
it is. Very
Yeah. I mean, I did help bury the bodies, but you know, at the same time, I'm like, you know,
They're not
there are
using it.
probably horses.
Actually, to be fair, if nobody's here to look after them, the horses might be better off if we take them.
Or they're probably dead because they've been dead for about a week.
I would say that.
Grass and stuff, they're probably fine.
Yeah. And as long as they had like water in their troughs or some shit.
Perception check. Are there any horses around?
Please, I am not rolling perception. I
Oh,
can't.
do you want me to do it?
Yes. I mean, if Philip is saying it's okay
Yeah.
to do that,
Absolutely, go for it.
roll with advantage. I'll help.
Oh. Okay. Cause be happy. Thank you. 24 again. Cause I rolled a 3 and then a 17. So
Drastic difference right
That's
there.
better.
drastic difference. So 24.
You do see, let me try to remember how many things. 8 fairly, competent, almost warhorse looking horses, and then pretty much no others.
Hey, does anybody remember Willy Nilly Horse Ass Hat? Maybe these other people had horses too,
Oh,
and we're
yeah.
probably looking at those.
Are they like saddled and bridled? Do they have tack
Yes.
nearby? Is it on them?
Yeah, like, I mean, even if they're not tacked up, torqued down, whatever you call for horses,
Saddled up.
they're the materials are there, right? Because
Okay, cool.
they did
All the
not
tack is there. Okay.
they did not magically appear here, so they rode here and theoretically were planning on riding
Does
back.
Benjamin need a horse? Is he still here?
He is. He does not.
I think he would ride one
Probably
of these
just rides to
dogs.
the yeah. So I'm gonna
Because
go
he's
up to them
dwarf, and those are
horses
very
and
big
see if
wolves.
I can't make friends with the horses
Yeah. Give
and see what kind of
me-
temperaments they got.
That's fair. Let's do an animal handling check.
Where is it? Oh, okay. Okay. All right, buddy. Let's see. That way. Okay, 14. Right? That is 14.
Okay, it's not bad. They probably nip at you a couple times, but you've grown up with around horses pretty often. Like you kind of know how to approach them. They're not like nightmares or anything special. They are horses. So you kind of get past their initial reticence to um, trust you, and you're able to kind of saddle them up, and everyone is able to grab one if they want one and start riding.
Okay.
I'll fashion up something to bring the extras along with us.
Yeah. Also, Philip, mild question. People at the library, are they also elves by chance?
A lot
Or are
of
they
them,
humans?
a lot of them are
Probably humans, right?
human because that's where
Okay.
they're located. But
Okay.
you remember Giles, the receptionist, was a high elf, and Matthias is a halfling. So there are
Okay.
other races, but majority
Do I
human because that's
do I
where they're
remember
located.
Bastion being an elf? Or is he
Bash,
human? No.
Bastion would be human. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And I would say with horses, you can probably reduce your overall travel time to just like 2 days total, like knock a full day off of what you would be, so that you could kind of do like a general trot the whole way without killing your horses, kind of thing.
Okay.
So you can basically knock a day off of your travel time to get
On
there.
any of the tack, do I recognize any of the symbols or money? Like, I mean, I know they probably came from somewhere, but I kind of want to know where they picked up the horses,
I'll be back.
or if they brought them over from,
That is a good question.
because these are war horses and they might have been supplied by Bastion. So if we know where they got them, then that might be a good start to tracking down the assholes who did it.
Not wrong.
See, I can be smart sometimes. I swear.
I did not even think of this. Let's roll. We're gonna call it a survival check, and a luck check, and we're just gonna see what happens, and I'm gonna make a decision because I did not even consider
Um,
where the horses have come from.
survival. Survival is a 17, and the luck is a 19. I rolled a 19 and a 12, so 17 and 19.
I think I know the answer, but I'm trying to figure out what would show on them that would tell you the answer.
Generally speaking, on horse tack, there's generally a sigil in the front, especially for war horses and tack like that, that has kind of a circle where all the straps come together over their chest.
I mean, you'd have emblems on any leather work.
I would
Yeah.
say you don't recognize anything from like this kingdom, and we'll go ahead and say that there does seem to be a kind of stark lack of any insignia, as if they did not want.
They're
The-
incognito.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
given that information, I think
Then
your assumption is they probably transported these horses by boat, kind of thing, to get here, and then
Great.
once they were on the mainland, rode them all the way across. So they did not.
okay. Because my next question was going to be, even if the kingdom emblem isn't on there, would the leather workers emblem be on there? To tell them who made the saddle itself. But if they came from the Colt Kingdom, then
Yeah, I would say that's a good follow-up question, and normally I'd say, given that these are war horses and the type of quality saddle you'd expect to be on them, so I'm like in kind of constant flux of would the quality of saddle show like a signature of a leather worker versus them desperately wanting to not give away where they're from.
Well, you would think that if their purpose was to remain
So
inconspicuous, the last thing you'd want to do is actually have a maker's mark on it that leads
yeah.
you back to a specific thing.
So I'm gonna lean
Yeah.
towards that one, which
Okay.
again kind of answers the question more than doesn't, right? Like their
Right.
goal was to stay hidden, and by trying so hard to be hidden, basically told you where they're from.
But we also
Right.
can't prove it to
Right.
anyone but ourselves.
Yeah. But,
But
honestly, it doesn't have to be proven to anyone but ourselves, except for
Yeah.
me, maybe Conifer, and like one other person. So,
free horses, right?
yeah, free
Yeah,
horses.
exactly.
Free sturdy horses, for that matter.
Yeah.
I am gonna be right back. I drank too many sodas and did not account for that. So, I guess decide
We'll
what
be
you'd
here
like
when
to
you
do
get
with
back.
your first day of travel while I'm away, and I will be returned shortly.
For my first day of travel, I would like to continue traveling.
I agree.
I'm done. Ah!
Hey, you guys can't tell if I switch devices, right? There's not a noise whenever I switch.
No.
I
Okay.
haven't been paying attention.
I think
Well-
on our way we should look for monsters to hunt, but not make it our mission. Just if we pass any.
I feel like that would
100%,
probably also
100%.
be
But
very
also,
good.
I'd like to get, yeah. Duchess is very, very hell bent now on. Oh, first day of travel, I do have a thing. I need to call Con. I need to see who answers his fucking sending stone.
True.
Yeah.
And I would really rather do that while we're out kind of in the middle of nowhere a little bit, just to make sure that they can't, A, hurt the person we just fucking helped bury a town full of bodies, or B, figure out that we're headed back up to the capital.
I mean, just send the message from somewhere we're not going to be later. Seems like a good idea to me.
Yeah.
We should probably let
Well, I
Shade
kinda
know
wanna-
too that Bastion double crosses.
Yeah, and if she goes after Bastion to let me have a crack at him. I need food. Figured while he was up, I would get food. No. Walked into my pantry and went, do I want to get Jello? And I went, no, bad brain. So yeah, my next order of business when Phil gets back is to call Con.
Sounds about right.
Yep. Oh, damn it. I need to get bigger packs of these things.
I am back.
Okay, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I would like to call Conifer.
Fair enough.
So
you
call.
him.
Who answers?
You kind of hear on the other end. Hello?
Con?
He's sleeping, unfortunately. Is this his little sister?
Wake his ass up.
It's unfortunately not that kind of sleep. Like, I said sleeping, but really like recovering. He's in a coma. I'm laughing. He's not laughing. He's a very good person.
Philip's laughing. It's like, trust me, the guy isn't laughing, but it's.
Yeah.
Philip's laughing and
He's not laughing at the fact that like one of his people are in a coma. That'd be a very shitty
but
thing.
I'm sure you know what my reaction is right now. So was he knocked in the head?
No, I guess we've been calling them hunters, had poison blades, so he's recovering from the poison. He and 3 others managed to make it back.
Oh, cool, because they only said he made it out. Cool.
Yeah, it was apparently quite a few more than they were expecting, but...
Yeah, because they underestimated me last time and thus sent like 8 of them.
Ah, so you've interacted with them as well.
Oh, we were their like second or third stop after that. So, yeah.
Well, when Conifer wakes, I'll be sure to tell him that you repaid in kind.
When he wakes up, he will call me.
I will have him call you.
Thanks. Also, hey, what's your name?
Yeah, what's your name?
I am Erevan Wildheart. It is very nice to meet you finally. Conifer has told us much about his adventurous younger sister.
Right. Well, I've had a week. So, give him my best. Tell him to call me when he wakes up. And do us all a favor. And next time he just goes out of commission for some reason or another, call me, would you? Thanks. So, really nice to meet you. My name's Duchess. Don't know if he actually told you, that kind of thing. So, yeah.
It was very nice to meet you. I'll be sure to keep that in mind for hopefully it does not happen again.
Thanks.
Take care of yourself. Hopefully your next
You
week
too.
is much better.
It should be. Because I have some retribution planned. So, thank you. Bye! And I just leave.
I leave.
Duchess has exited the chat.
Yes.
I walk away.
You're no longer in the chat.
I'd pay money to have a gnome invent me a flip sending stone so you could actually hang up on people.
Yeah.
How much?
Everything.
Done.
A free level in Warlock.
Free. Jesus.
Wait, you'd pay with a free level in Warlock for that?
Honestly, at this point, there's a character arc that's going to end with me just being a Warlock or a Storm Soul Sorcerer, so...
You think that?
I just feel like I'm gonna want to reskin Alar. I think I'm going to.
If you, for even a quarter of a second, don't think I'm gonna throw Tempest Cleric at you, you're crazy.
Yeah, that tracks. Okay. What is everyone wanting to do on their first day of travel?
I would like to call Shade and just tell her that Bastion double crossed us and just update her on the whole situation and let her know that we're on our way back to the capital.
Do you
successfully
say
laying low?
Do you say hi for Songshen?
No.
I'm still holding a handful of moss while we're.
I just like elbow her. Get out of here.
Just.
Do you want this moss, though? Why the fuck would I want this moss?
Wait, why are you guys talking about moss?
Nothing.
You don't want to know.
Yeah, it's like
we're laying low.
Yeah, we're gathering moss. We're laying low.
Ghillie suits.
Yep. Ghillie suits. That's what we're doing.
Wait, did you say you were double crossed? Nope. I didn't say that. We're laying
Nobody
low.
knows who we are.
Yep.
Nope.
How could we be double crossed? No one knows we're in the city.
By the way, Shade, I think if we just kill these 3 royal families, the coup will be over. Top to bottom.
You get out of here too with elbows.
Can one of those royal families be Brightwood?
One of them's the Brightwoods.
Go further away from the group before I make these calls.
Fenrir has not said anything to Corn as he is making this call.
Yeah. Fenrir's like, God, does no one understand decorum anymore?
No.
Mortals.
Leave it to the paladin to be the fucking goody two shoes. I'll tell you what.
No, he's not a good two shoes. He just has.
Fenrir will torture
Compared
people
to the
if
rest of
needed,
us,
but he will not
goody
talk while
two-shoes.
someone else is on the phone.
God
I might be a murdering terrorist, but I'm not rude.
Yeah.
Right? God bless.
He has manners.
Yeah.
Apparently, no one has manners.
You probably eat with your elbows on the table as well. God. There's a part of Fenrir that would get along really well with Loraz's dad, but then the other 99% would just want to punch him into a pulp.
I believe that would be the spirit that would probably get
Yeah.
love.
Be like, if the only thing we ever talked about was decorum at the dinner table, you and I would be best buds. But because I've heard you open your mouth about literally anything else, I kind of want to kill you.
Oh, I know people like that.
Yeah.
I bet if we could find a hollow
People
vibrator,
that you kinda
he'd
wanna
make
kill?
it with Raz's mom, though.
My God. Stop.
Yeah,
No,
probably.
Just find a suit of armor that has one of those built-in cod pieces.
No.
Can you cast thaumaturgy on a suit of armor to make it vibrate?
Probably. Well, to be
Definitely.
fair, that's up to you.
I thought it was the ground. To make it vibrate.
Oh my god.
You've got that cantrip, right?
No, I don't.
What you
Oversight.
need is somebody there
I
to
have
jump on the bed for you.
Thunderclap.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Oh my God. Ugh.
Thunderclap again.
Thunderclap those cheeks!
That's what I was restraining myself from saying.
Aren't you streaming right now?
All right.
I think it's just you guys watching.
Yeah, it's an adult.
Also, Thunderclap those cheeks is something I will gladly stand behind.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I went with the SPD.
I was
That's
a
a
l-
hill.
which
That's a
is
hill.
less
Will
fun.
die.
I was a little zoned out because I was like, is there a shape metal spell that you could...
Oh no. Oh
Oh,
no.
don't heat metal.
You don't want to heat metal.
Listen, if they can take donations for how many jumping jacks they do during their hot tub streams, we can say thunderclap their cheeks.
100%.
Yeah, I'd probably want to commune with.
Fucking cowards.
Commune with one or not both.
Both of Lorasis' parents?
No.
Sorry, yeah,
Mainly the one that gave me that quest to destroy all those undead.
Okay. You're communing with your goddess.
Yes. Or like to
Hold on.
try
What's
to.
the name of your goddess, Finner?
You do not know.
Yeah, he hasn't told us.
Does the player know is the question.
I think it's best that we don't know.
I already know. That's just because I read what Philip posts about his pantheon. Anyway,
Who would do that?
Hand at creating or naming said pantheon.
That's true. So you are reaching out to the one that gave you the extra smites. Right?
Yes. I believe that's the one that I have the warlock pack to.
how many
Nice.
sugar daddies / mommies do you have?
2?
Every
Minimum?
well-adjusted adventurer comes from a 2-god household.
Oh, that's
Well-adjusted.
Is there a limit? Could I be like a cleric to a god, a warlock with another, and then like a paladin to another, and then like have like a divine soul sorcerer thing with another? Like
I
how
think-
slutty can I get with
I
this?
think theoretically the only downside of your slut phase would be if you ever were like, if you were a divine soul sorcerer for a god that directly was in contest with like your cleric god domain, then you'd maybe get like mixed signals, and then it's like, I could see that being murky.
What
But
if my entire thing was to get everyone to be friends?
But as long as like all the gods are relatively on the same page, I don't see why you couldn't have, 6 parents.
Just one of them couldn't be Acra.
Well, yeah, you've probably burned that bridge if we're being honest.
Literally.
I'm not saying he's omnipotent, but you don't really have to be to at least catch one time of Lorazza going, this fucking salamander, not
This
even on our
fucking-
plane.
Yeah, this fucking lizard's not even here. You tell him to shut up.
He is some homeless looking petty lord turning into a dragon. I'm supposed to be impressed? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I guess, what are you reaching out to her for, Fenrir? What are you asking?
Basically, if what I did at that trap, I don't know, event helped free those souls trapped in that time loop.
Yes, and I'll let you kind of just commune with her in that way, and she lets you know, yes, you did. The souls were returned back to their resting place. I'm very pleased with your hand in that. God, words just leave my brain as soon as I'm no longer thinking of them.
I gotta write them down.
I did do that, and then I tabbed away and immediately forgot them again. Yes, you get the feeling that she is pleased, and that yes, they did return to basically where they were enjoying their afterlife before they were brought back because of the weird timey-wimey bullshit.
I would also like to kind of ask her to bless that graveyard where those assassins basically slaughtered everyone in this village.
I guess do a religion check for that one to see how effective that is.
Bad. That's a 16.
Okay. She kind of lets you know, it's been some time since they passed my gate, and usually I don't do this, but perhaps I can reach out to one of my sisters, and maybe we can make sure flowers grow where they were buried or something. Will that be acceptable for you?
Bring life back into this area. There must be balance.
Fair enough.
I think that would probably be the end of whatever I wanted to do.
Is there anything else anyone would like to do before beginning their journey back to the capital? Or wherever you want to go? You don't have to go back to the capital.
I think we gotta
Would
go
it
back
help
to the
you if we
capital.
didn't go?
Would it help you if we didn't go back to the capital?
Honestly, I could go either way at this point.
How much could I heal Finrir with Fabricate? I don't know if I
Level
missed
spell?
saying that.
What level spell is that?
4th.
It's a 4th level spell.
Imagine it'd probably be
Now,
almost like a full restore, because all you could do is basically you're creating new pieces on me or something.
that's
Yeah,
kind
like-
of the thing that we've been running into, right? Is like, you don't want to have like a 0 to full health spell that's only a 4th level, but you also don't want to just be like, what's the when casting this and just using a 4th level spell slot to
I
cast
imagine it would
mending.
probably, yeah, I kind of imagine it'd be like a either a greater or like superior healing potion kind of like thing.
I think we'd have to find, I think, somewhere in between, like, what would be a 4th level cure wounds and heal, right? Like, it's got to be worse than heal. But if all it was a 4th level cure wounds, there's no reason to actually take it over mending. In the context of Fenrir. Maybe you still might like Fabricate for other things, but for Fenrir, if all it was the 4th level cure wounds, it'd be the same as just using a 4th level spell slot to cast mending. So, yeah, I'll have to keep thinking about it, because I feel like you're going to take that spell soon.
Potentially next level up. Anyway.
I have plans. Don't worry about it.
Alright, so we continue on as you travel. Sorry.
That was a good bet. Hopefully we can meet up with Marcus and update him on the situation.
That's true.
I feel like
And
it's probably just going to be us traveling back to the capital at this point.
that was what I was about to ask, is if you are wanting to, say, keep your eyes peeled for potential monsters type thing, or if you want to just be like head down, eyes forward, straight to the capital type stuff. But I was going to
I
kind of
mean,
let
I'm not going to
y'all
be
decide.
opposed to. Yeah, I wasn't. Gonna be
Either way is
opposed
fine with me.
Yeah. If we find monsters and we got kill them for the contest, that'll put more gold and more points in our belt.
I'm always down to kill things.
Mm-hmm.
Of course you will.
Damn.
Which is weird coming from a wizard.
I was going to say, there's two things Corin is always down for. One of them is killing things.
Is that right?
And the other is ale. Or
I'm always
Yes,
down to.
of course.
I'm always down to. I'm always down to smash something one way or the other.
Loraz better hide his mom and sister.
Hide your mom.
And your sister.
No, my sister's her own woman. She could do
attractive
whatever.
Cousins you might have.
Where
I honestly, can Corin handle my sister? Is a question.
I'm hoping she'll handle me.
That is
Say that to women.
honestly, that's a thing I'm looking forward to. Like I've obviously like your mother is this comfortable, like rich debutante who has dalliances with people. But yeah, Loreza's sister lives.
Gotta take
Emphasis
resilience.
on lives.
Yeah, I'm.
There was another word he could have used, but was polite.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Gotta
Do
find
the
some-
morally gray.
I gotta find some way to raise my charisma before we get there.
Just drink more, man. What do you need?
just get better at flirting with me, your friend in DM, and then maybe I won't even require a roll.
You make it really easy though, Philip.
What?
Ah,
Oh,
I was gonna say,
You're
you want me to
saying you
flirt with
easy.
you, Philip?
I was about to say, I think regardless of how well I flirt with you, you're still gonna make me roll for it.
Yeah, you know I will.
Yeah. Wouldn't have to roll with you, but I have to roll with his sister.
Yeah, you
Here's
will.
the goal.
so would you make Raz's temporarily play his sister?
Oh
Want me
god.
to?
Honestly, any time that I can just watch players interact with each other is a win for me. So I'd be inclined to do it.
I don't want to see that interaction though.
But
You wouldn't want to see me and
I
JT
feel like,
just
I feel
roll.
like you do, though.
Yeah.
I see that enough already.
I'll fade to black at the appropriate time.
And see,
So
Be very
Yeah.
Matt Mercer about it.
It would be funny because it would probably end up where Philip would be like, "All right, fine, Corin, roll," and then I'll go, "Oh, with advantage."
oh,
right.
no.
okay, get us back on track. Let's
Oh,
do
right.
for the first day of travel. If you're wanting to keep your eyes peeled for monsters, roll a D100, and then anyone who would like to can roll perception checks. As
I'll
you
roll
as you're
Roll
just
survival
kind of
instead.
yeah, you can roll
I have
survival.
+6
honestly.
perception.
I have a +8.
I'll bet.
She sees things.
I do see things.
So D100, you said?
Yes,
Oh,
No
shit.
shit. Oh,
a 59.
22.
you gotta go 10 up more,
The
Corin. 10 up.
question is, does he do it like me, where middle of the road is where you want? Or does he do it how the book does it?
Oh
Some
my
kind
god.
of weirdo.
I didn't
I
see
probably
that.
Kinda
feel like
weirdo.
he does
I
it
didn't see that was
however
a
he feels
D100.
like.
And I
I don't
thought
like
somebody
that
had
one
such a
either.
high plus on their fucking perception that they got to 59.
I don't really like that one either.
At a 22.
I don't really like that one either.
I don't like that one either.
Um,
Got 51 on that D100. Close enough.
I like it.
Corin's just needs to be 10 more up.
Hey man, look, it's pretty nice, alright?
Pretty nice where it is. Yeah, you're right, wrong.
It could be worse.
Could definitely be a lot worse. We could encounter a fucking dragon.
What the fuck was I doing with that one?
You're doing.
Something, obviously.
Bump. Just a little bump.
It's like some of these just don't really make sense for like a daytime encounter.
Who says it has to be daytime?
Yeah.
Shut
It's just during the day. It's just traveling like through the whole day. It could be at night.
I like how we say something, Corin's just like, shut up.
No.
Hey, let's be honest. We've had a long rest. You're fine.
Hey, yeah, I mean,
we should. Let's take on
I
that
ain't
young
scared.
bronze dragon at the 99 and 100 tier.
Oh, no.
That's not what's at the 99 and 100 tier.
as long as we do it
Oh,
every day.
so you're using a custom one?
I imagine.
Wait, there are like pre-existing tables?
Oh, you didn't know that?
Of course there are.
I've been
Jesus
making
Christ.
these like a fucking pleb?
Oh, Philip.
In
Don't
Xanathar's and in Tasha's.
Fucking DM legend. Philip Harmon.
If you're wanting,
I gotta look it up.
I'm about to blow your fucking mind. If you're wanting forest encounters level 5 to 10, you're looking at page 144 in
Okay. Well,
Is that from
Xanathar's Guide to
memory?
Everything Else.
I think
Or
we're
do you
gonna.
have
I
the
think we're
book in
gonna
your
go with
hand?
this.
I don't
one.
have the book in my hand.
Jesus Christ, Travis. I'm always impressed when people remember things because I can't
Oh
do that.
no, picked the wrong one. This one's gonna be easy for you guys, I think. Oh, but I have to remember this. God damn it. Oh, I'm so bad at being a person.
I like
I
this
want
map.
that
This map
belt.
is
I
You
want
can-
that belt that
you can
can
huddle
attune tunes
them.
to, so I can start throwing my sword around.
Oh, the blink belt.
Huddle monsters.
Map is
Whoops.
so pretty.
We will remove the wolves and Benjamin as they took their leave of you. I guess technically Alar is still with you. Huddle characters. Because this map is so fucking big, we'll just put you closer together, because that feels right. That feels good. Alright. Yeah, looks like they're like some 4 werewolves. Roll initiative. At night. Again, it looks very daytime on the map.
Initiative.
I'm not paying
Free-
attention. I'm
Reaction
looking
right
at
of the
moss
dawn.
again.
I have initiative.
I was about to laugh at Song Shen, but I rolled the same exact number. Granted, Alar has actual decks, so he
30,
still
20.
gets to go
I'm
first.
so much better than you.
Dirty
Turns out
20
the
for
corpse isn't all that
Lilian.
spry, you know.
Stop bullying. What?
But she's-
This is in every fucking campaign.
But she's also
I'm
not
not bullying
meaty.
you.
She's not
I'm
spry,
so
but
nice
she's
to
not
you the other
meaty.
campaign. I don't know what you're talking about.
you
I've
actually,
not
to be fair,
bullied
you were
you
very nice
once.
this weekend.
Yeah, I know.
Fenrir, what do you got for me?
Bully.
I got a 18.
All
Speaking of which, you owe
right.
me 600 gold.
I think that
Oh, yeah, you do, I
is
do.
everyone.
Or
Dutch.
I was gonna make you pay me back until you dropped 200k on that fucking ring, and I think I'll let you
It's
skate on it.
expensive.
Duchess, you get to go first.
Oh,
As
fuck.
always.
I think I'll comp you the sending stone.
Whomst am I killing first?
Any of the 4.
Are we coming up on them just kind of out of the blue, or are we just...
I think they came upon us out of the blue.
Okay, so they know we're here. Good to know. I'm going to just straight shoot number 8.
Yeah. Roll me an attack roll.
Oh, wow, okay. Dirty 20. 13 plus 7.
That'll hit.
You
Yeah.
roll so good on everything, and I'm so upset.
Just roll better, Fig.
I'm jealous.
I have insane pluses to my bullshit.
It's rogues. It's rogues is the thing.
Yeah. I
love
roll really
rogues.
good stealth and survival and perception because I'm a rogue.
Yeah, but that's the thing. When I play moth, I roll mostly real fucking good. Because like plus fucking 14 to stuff is really handy. Funnily enough.
Yeah.
11 points of damage.
That makes sense.
As my bonus action, I would like to hide.
Do you say 11 points of damage?
Yes.
And then, is your bow magical?
No. I do insane amounts of damage because I usually have sneak attack.
That's fair. Sounds
So
good.
it's half.
What is your stealth roll? You can move yourself again if you want, but I'm just going to move you into this little
That
bush
works.
area. This bush.
I am a bush.
23.
What?
I think that'd probably do it, if we're being honest.
That's your suit of armor.
Next
Roll.
in turn is Fenrir. And I do think the sensor is a... Yeah, it's a magical martial melee weapon. So you should be okay.
I am going to. Why know what? Oh, that's an action. Screw it. I'm gonna hex number 8. And it has disadvantage on wisdom checks.
Fair enough.
How far is it from? Yeah, I can get there.
Just a little hop, skip, and a jump.
Or all three if you're feeling energetic.
I don't have anything that can hit all 3.
Don't do all 3 because you might do a bad jump. And that'll fuck you up.
But it's really hard to fuck up a hop and a skip.
Yeah. I don't know, I feel like I've fucked those up before. You'll be surprised to know I'm very clumsy.
Sometimes, like, you forget how to skip, right?
Yeah, I fail at walking into rooms sometimes.
I'm attacking number 8.
Fair enough.
Ooh. 28 on the first hit.
Yeah, okay. That'll hit.
It sounded like you were mocking him.
I thought he was.
It was either mocking or he was yawning at the same time.
It's just
Probably
so,
one or the other.
so much higher than is necessary.
I rolled a 19 plus 9. What do you want?
20 plus 9, Jesus.
Yeah. Nat 20 or GTFO.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have that. I guess I'll see myself out. So, bludgeoning damage is 12. Radiant damage is 3. And he also takes 1d6 necrotic, which is 5. For the first hit.
Look at you remembering you have a second attack.
Fuck you.
Now that he finally has it.
Shut up! Fuck you both.
We're all proud of you, Nappa.
Are you sure? It feels like you're mocking me.
I would have been proud of you a couple of levels sooner. But
We can be proudly mocking you.
yeah.
Mockingly proud of you.
Well, that's another 28. Fuck you.
Yeah. Is 28 higher than 11?
Yes.
Alright, yeah, it hits.
He gave me free information, guys.
Technically, it's a 12. I lied to you.
Well, you should be happy. It's not that much damage this time. My spiteful re-attacking made it worse. So that's 7 bludgeoning, 2 radiant, and 3 necrotic.
Okay. Look at that. He's got the orange ring already. Yellow ring. Yellow, orange.
Yellowish
Doesn't
orange.
matter. Yeah.
It's got the piss
Orange.
ring.
So that is
mustard.
your turn.
Yes.
Larazis, you just witnessed Duchess fire off an arrow and disappear, and then Fenrir go and bludgeon the sky twice with his misty mace.
Okay. I am going to stand in front of Sung-Shin.
Okay.
How very brave of you.
Aren't you
It-
shorter than me?
Yeah,
No,
Larazis
Probably
is
not.
freakishly tall.
I'm super
Oh.
tall.
freakishly tall.
I
Yeah,
don't know,
I
I
was
just
gonna say.
he feels like a small man to me. And I don't mean that in a shitty
He
way.
does feel like a small man, but he is not.
The vibe he gives off.
Is a
This
small
is
man,
tiny.
but very tall.
Yeah.
Very tall.
So
Very.
skinny.
Anyway,
He's a
I'm
bean-
going
he's a
to.
beanpole.
Just
Um,
Yao Ming with short king energy.
Or-
Yikes.
Going to 8th level lightning bolt.
Huh?
This is fuck.
Ooh,
Because I
straight
gave you a
down the middle.
fucking wand, didn't I?
Yes, you sure did.
Fucking shit. Okay, dex save 15. I
Oh,
can,
that's the wrong thing. Hold on.
It's bigger than that.
What does it do? The
It
wand
is.
has charges, and the more charges you expend, the higher level it is?
Yeah.
Cast it.
Okay, so one of them passes.
Asshole.
Oh.
Two of
What, how
them
long?
passes. Three of them passes.
Oof.
On they're all +1.
I mean, they're the same thing. So yeah.
Yeah, fuck that. One of them I'm gonna Silvery Barbs and give the advantage to Corin.
Okay.
I love that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna just for shits, we'll disadvantage the crit because that's fun to do. All right, it turns into a failure.
Okay, alright, so cast Silvery Barbs. And then I get to roll this big boy.
How much is cheat? Like, well,
Just 47 damage.
Okay.
So two of them only take like 23, but one of them takes 47.
They are all still standing, but one of them decidedly less standing.
And
Not
I
happy
will
about
use my move action after that to get behind Sunshine.
Duchess.
I honestly, I thought it was going to be like Fireball with Careful Spell on it because I just assumed you were showing up, Songshed, but no, you're just making sure she wasn't caught in the lightning bolt. I'm
That's fair.
I'm calling that character growth.
I do enjoy the idea. It's not that you step in front of me and then step back. You just move me and then put me back where I was.
He just
Which I'm
like
fine with.
Bard and
I will
Desolation
go.
of Smog. He's just using your shoulder to just line up the wand. Be like, don't move a muscle.
And
JT loves that reference because the Hobbits trilogy are his favorite movies.
I hate that I missed it, but yes, I do hate.
so
Hobbit
Corin,
movies with the
not only do you have an
fiery-
advantage, gonna give you a
Yes.
Bardic as well with my bonus action.
Oh,
Wow,
I didn't
that
know Bards
seems
could do that.
unnecessary, by the
I
way.
don't think Bardics are bonus actions, are they?
They
Yeah?
You wouldn't know though. Philip.
I'm just gonna constantly pretend like I don't know how to use Bardic inspirations
Fuck.
because I do
Okay,
know
so-
how to use
I'm
them.
about to say, so you were joking, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it
No,
is
I
your
saw something I wanted to buy you, Philip. I need to get that.
it is Corin's turn. You have advantage in Bardic.
What kind of movement does being on horseback give me?
I think technically your
Oh, that
speed
is a
would be
good point.
40 if you were mounted.
I love that. And what if I just charge my horse up 20 feet and leap off of
Are you gonna Super Mario World Yoshi the Warhorse?
it? Might.
Don't worry about it.
I will. Here's what I will do because I
Basically,
feel like
I don't want my horse to have to run up into the werewolves because that seems to me.
what you're describing is dope, and so I will allow it. So I will, on a DC 15 athletics check, let you leap off of the horse. And for every number you beat it by, I will reduce the number it takes to crit on a normal attack. If you
Okay.
fail, I'm going to subtract whatever number you fail by from your attack roll that you make.
Sick. I love that. Okay. I rolled a. What is it? What kind of roll am I rolling?
You're rolling athletics. DC's a 15.
DC's 15. I hit a 17.
Okay.
Nice.
You can make a normal attack. You'll crit on an 18 or higher.
Okay. I have advantage from Lorazes.
That is correct.
Yes.
And I'm rolling a regular attack like with my sword, so with my regular +8.
Correct. I mean, I guess if you want to jump off the horse, dual wielding hand axes, I won't stop you, but
No.
I assumed you were using recompense.
No, so that's a 21.
Alright, 21 hits.
Sick.
Good piss.
And then Did you say? Oh, did you say that I was critting if I rolled higher than? But I had to roll it on the die.
It would have been
or-
on the dice, yeah. So
Oh,
you rolled a
okay,
13, yeah.
that's
It doesn't matter. Full, like, noon to 6, chop down just right in half. And you have your second attack still.
Do I have enough movement to move up to 6 and attack him?
I don't see why not. Just step on the two halves of his dead buddy.
Awesome. I love that.
Just a fountain of blood.
That one's an 18.
18 hits.
Sick.
Werewolves are a much harder enemy when you don't have magical weapons. Because they're very easy to hit.
Yeah.
They just have damage reduction. Jesus fuck. Oh. He's hurt. He did not enjoy that.
Cool. Bonus action rage.
No, I'm mad about it.
Should have done that. Should have done that before the attacks, but that's okay.
You should have done that.
If it makes you feel better, the +2 probably would not have made a difference in the damage. So, yes, you are now raging as the second werewolf doesn't die immediately, which, granted, is rude. And now it is the werewolf's turn. So, God, and I just fucking know I'm gonna miss each time. I'm gonna believe in the heart of the cards.
The cards.
Okay, he attacks with his bite. He has a +4 to hit. That's a 7. I'm assuming.
That misses.
Yeah.
By
He
7.
does crit on his claw.
Attaboy.
Boy.
You know what? I'm super proud of that happening, but I think I'm gonna silvery barbs it with Alar because I forgot he was there, and I don't
damn.
want Lorazes to show him up. That becomes a 2 + 4 for a 6, so his turn's over. Number 6 is gonna take a bite and a swipe at you. The old bite and swipe. That's an 18 + 4 for a 22 on his bite. And that's a 3 + 4 for a 7 on his slash. And I need a Constitution saving throw from you as you take 9 damage, half to 4.
What'd you roll after the silver?
A 2, I think. Yeah. The first werewolf's turn was a waste. Oh, and I guess I'll give Songshen advantage. That feels
thank you.
weird. I guess he could have given it to himself, but he's not going to.
What's your bardic, Lorazes?
D6.
Does a 13 pass that con check?
It does.
Okay, then never mind.
You're not afflicted with lycanthropy.
I was going to
Damn
say,
it.
if he bit you,
Alright.
Can I fail on purpose?
I fell on purpose.
I have
one's-
chosen to become diseased.
This one's going to stay in the threatened range of Fenrir. And
Take it back. I don't know how lycanthropy works in D&D. I'm not willing
and
to
get
take that
flanking
right.
on Corin. So
bet.
that's a crit on the bite.
Bullshit. I mean, I believe you, but go ahead.
That's a 12 on the slash. So we're going to
That sounds better.
do that. So you take 14 half to 7 piercing damage, and I need another Constitution saving throw from you.
Oh!
Corin, I've got to say, your choice for token hoarder, I get panicked every time I see a red ring around you.
No.
Oh, yeah, you like that?
No.
No, fuck you.
I'm gonna have to look up werewolf lycanthropy and D&D.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
I think it can be cured relatively easily if it doesn't, go untreated for days. but
I think it's a procedural thing. I don't
Oh.
think it's like an instant you're screwed.
yeah, I'll look it up. But technically, you're inflicted with lycanthropy.
Cool. I dig it.
It can't be as bad as the time where I told them that this amulet turns you into a mummy, and they go,
was
"Oh,
so
cool! I get to be a
fun.
mummy." Like it wasn't gonna kill them.
Like it wasn't gonna desiccate them, and yeah, that sounds.
Yeah,
It's too
they.
much
So
of-
when he became a monster, and I was like, "All right, you no longer have control of your character because you're a monster and you're being attacked by the mummy." It's like, what? I thought he was gonna be like being a werewolf. No,
Yeah,
it's
see,
not
this
like
is-
that at all.
This is one of those instances where Jaren thinks he knows everything about D&D and then knows nothing. But, like, Fenrir, Harris in the other game, kind of has the excuse that he doesn't know fucking anything about D&D. So, like, I don't know what the
Yeah.
fuck happened there.
I think
I mean,
Alar's
Jack was probably ignoring it. I was busy dealing with my own shit.
gonna Misty Step and then take a stab with his.
Yeah, Jack had no clue what the amulet did until afterwards, and then he started
Oh, no,
berating
we
them
talked
for how
about it
stupid
for,
they
like,
were.
Yeah, we talked about it for like a good fucking hour, for ages, and he missed the entire thing.
Yeah, it's funny.
I was on the ground being stabbed in the eye. Ooh.
All forms of lycanthrope are immune to non-magical, non-silver bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting. He's thinking about it.
Yes. Suddenly I consider this.
It says
Only when you're
immunity.
in your, I think it's
Nope.
Yeah, it's immune.
Even
it's
in
just
human
zero.
form.
even without
Yeah.
Yep.
being in the form.
Yeah, even when you're not in the werewolf form.
I just sent the complete guide for it to what's it called? So
Every lycanthrope also increases one statistic if you're under the minimum cap.
but which one would you? It would be just a normal werewolf, right? Since he wasn't bitten by
I mean,
another
these are
type.
just werewolves, yeah.
Because there's werebears, wererats, werewolves, weretigers,
Yeah.
and
All the wares.
There's a lot of wares.
Okay. Oh my god.
That's an 11.
He technically misses. That's
Oh, Philip, did you see Alar's new AC?
no.
Gave him his armor.
Oh, I can't wait to see.
That's 19.
Oh god, so good.
I don't know what to do with that AC.
Defensive flourishes, obviously. Songshed, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna. I need to
Bippity-bop.
double check thing real quick.
Bippity
Oh
boop.
wait, I can do that. That is.
Bippity-boppity-boo.
Okay. I'm gonna twin spell, firebolt on 6 and 8.
Okay.
That would be one attack, right?
Yes.
I think so.
I just
Yeah.
wanna
Well,
cast
no, it would be 2 separate rolls.
it.
I mean, either of those hit if you're rolling for separate rolls.
Yeah, I'll do it separate. It's fine. 16 on that one.
Still hits.
Okay, sick. Fucking 26. So a 15 to number 6 and a 7 to 8. Yay!
Number 6 had very little health, so your fan gains another charge.
Woo-hoo. I was kind of trying to charge it up, so that is very helpful.
Very helpful.
I need to kill more. Let me get killing blows occasionally. I just need to charge my fan.
Do what it's called. Kill steal.
I did.
Yeah, just do more of that.
Yeah, the problem is, because as a sorcerer, I will drop a fireball on a group of stuff, and then other people will come and clean up after me.
Yeah. It's
If
hard to clean up a whole group of people with fireball, because most smart adventurers kind of don't just divide damage up that way.
No.
But I guess if you knew where you were in the initiative, it would be something to try, right?
Yeah.
But that does bring us back to Duchess.
Oh, that was a switch.
Hello.
Oh, are you? I'm sorry. Are you done with your turn, Songchen?
Yes.
Because you used your
I
action.
had Dragon Spell.
I think you got rid of it because I told you technically it wouldn't let you cast 2 spells in a single turn.
Yeah. No, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, no, I'm good. I haven't got anything I can do for a bonus action, really. Unless I want to Misty Step and just be somewhere else.
I almost had Alar cast Dimension Door and grab you, but I thought you wouldn't like to just appear behind a bunch of werewolves.
I would have been confused, but okay with it.
Yeah, but it's like, of the people that I thought would want to take a ride on a Dimension Door, I was like, Songshen would like that. But,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. Duchess,
Sound like Ayla.
it is your turn.
Okay. I assume I have sneak attack.
Yes.
Woo! Okay, good for me. I rolled an 8 and a 14, so 14 plus 7, whatever that is, apparently.
That hits.
Okay, cool. Which means I have current sneak attack damage. Where did it go? I did lost my sneak attack damage. Why did I lose my sneak attack damage? Come here. 46.
All sixes.
Do. Points of damage to number 8.
How many points of damage?
25.
How much of that is your longbow damage? Be your D8
11?
plus 4. Okay.
D8 plus 6, actually.
Right. I keep forgetting that I gave you fucking bracers. Okay. So 25 damage.
Yeah.
11 of it was the longbow. It did take that hit. It didn't quite hurt as much as it normally does when you fire off shots like that. I'm assuming you're re-stealthing?
Yeah, I am totally re-stealthing. I'm just going to move like 5 feet over.
Fair enough.
$26.
I think the only one looking for you would be 8, and he currently has disadvantage on wisdom checks, so probably not going to find you.
That's what I did it for.
That brings us to Fenrir. 8 is very hurt, standing right in front of you, and 5, not unscathed, a little bit behind him.
I will go ahead and finish off number 8. All this is teen.
I heard teen, so that hits.
15. It was like 15 to
Yeah.
hit. So that hits. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I think you
Yes.
said
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was not sure.
Anything with a teen after it hits. Their
Oh, okay.
their AC
yeah.
is 12.
How soft are they? Oh.
They're-
That's how soft they are.
Yeah, they're easy to hit, theoretically.
They're immune to everything.
Yeah, if your
Yeah.
party doesn't have magical items or spells, then you wouldn't do damage to them when you hit. But, yeah, their AC's low.
So that's 12 bludgeoning and then 8 radiant.
That is more than enough.
And on a subsequent turn, I can cast Hex on
5.
a different target as a bonus action.
Fair enough.
So I will cast it on number 5 and have it also Wisdom. Disadvantage.
Alright.
Whoa.
Are you going to close with... Yeah,
That's the plan.
go for it. What's it doing? Alright, it's doing okay.
13.
13 hits.
Rolling lower and lower.
You have a +9 to hit? Like, do you
Yeah.
need to... God. You need to roll a 2 or lower to miss these guys.
If it was any of those other ones, I would have missed. So that's 13 bludgeoning, 5 radiant, and 3 necrotic.
It did not enjoy that. It is very hurt. As
Well, maybe
we...
it should be very
My
dead.
turn.
And we come to Lorazes. Once
All right.
again, has the chance to clean up this encounter.
Heal still.
All right, then I'm just gonna firebolt.
Go for it.
18.
Yep.
Fuck. 3 damage.
It is still very hurt.
I'm gonna quicken spell firebolt for a 26.
That hits.
I'm uninstalling this game.
Yay!
It is still very hurt.
Oh my god, Travis.
Oh, poor Travis.
Boy.
Just couldn't quite do it.
Travis is going to reserve some of his next paycheck to buy some physical dice so that if this ever happened, he could at least lie. I also like that they flipped on Shard.
Yeah, they totally did.
It went from a 1 and a 2 to a 2 and a 1. Is that your turn, Lorazes?
I'm gonna use my movement action to sulk.
I'll allow it.
Sulk.
You take your full movement and your free action and object interaction to sulk.
Yep.
And
You
that,
just crumble to the ground.
that brings us to Corin.
Oh.
Well, fuck me, I guess. Just attack number 5. Some
Really? Is that it?
bloody and be lycanthroped. Where's my sword at? Reckless. No, okay. Does 21 hit?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I would like to see a situation where you somehow do less health than it has left.
Is that English?
No.
It was English adjacent.
I was like, what did he just say?
It literally was impossible for you to not kill this wolf.
I love that.
Because it had 8 health and you get a minimum +7.
I do
So,
not have Move Curse.
alright. Y'all finish that.
That's okay. I think I'm gonna make Philip homebrew me a fucking some werewolf rules.
Oh
Since he was
no.
inflicted me with lycanthropy.
Oh no.
It's gonna be great.
You don't
And
even
you're a
got a
blood order.
homebrew 'em.
You are a blood hunter that also has a subclass for exactly this.
He does,
Yeah, but I didn't want to play. I didn't want to play that subclass. though.
Because he thought he'd have to be a dex boy to play it.
Well,
But
I
now-
didn't say I didn't say I'd have to. I said that it was kind of the meta. They want that they do that because of the natural whatever laws.
Yeah, you're basically just a beefy monk at that point.
Yeah, that's dumb.
But
you got it without having to.
Y'all murked those 4 werewolves, and
You
we'll
also
call.
killed Alar.
Uh, he's still
No, no.
there.
Are you not entertained?
Oh,
And I helped. We can pick up next week with, I guess, y'all stopping for camp after the first night's travel, and then we'll have one more day before we get to the city.
Okay.
I'll say that we
And
took a
pick
long
back up.
Congratulations on level
there.
9.
You do not get level 9. You got level 8 preemptively. So that I wouldn't accidentally kill you with the back-to-back combats that I almost accidentally killed you with.
Yeah, right?
Man, could you guys imagine if you were level 7s there? Oh.
No.
Oh man, that would have been rough. Been rough for all of you guys. I'm a pretty good DM.
Yeah, mhm.
I agree. I agree.
I don't think it would have mattered. I'm pretty sure I still would have been in the ground.
You probably would have.
The fact that you did nothing in the first combat and managed to cast Fireball 3 times in the second combat
Yeah.
is just the shift no one was expecting.
Yeah, it's literally like you did nothing. It's like I finally get the opportunity.
You were like, oh, they're monologuing Fireball. What? Yeah, I didn't get to do anything last round. I'm going to Fireball before combat starts just in case the thing we all know is going to happen happens. And then you got to cast it 2 more times. I'm so proud of you.
It's good shit.
All right, I will see y'all next week where we pick back up with potential monster hunting and vendetta having. And maybe, if we're lucky, a little bit of disease curing.
Maybe.
I don't think you'll be
Maybe.
curing it.
I don't think.
I think he's cooling. He's cooling on the idea of curing himself.
Yeah, I was going to say.
He's gonna commission new artwork. Be like, I need a bushier beard because now
I need a bushier beard.
I'm technically a
I mean,
werewolf. It's not a big deal.
Technically, I already need the bushier beard because my dope ass fucking dwarf of belt.
You just gotta.
You haven't
Belt
rolled.
of dwarf of belting kind.
Still,
Yeah.
You have not rolled for your beard.
I rolled for it that one time. Corin